let's go. 3, 2, 1.
Here we go! Let's go. Let's go. One, two, three. Keep it going now.
Tried to make
The f is gone. Oh my god.
holy
Jesus, there's more. Oh my god, this is insane. Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Magic time.
We're in the game? Oh!
It's the first day of commentary for my co-host, Anna Rudolph. Anna, welcome to the show. How are you feeling so far about your Pogchamps viewing experience and coaching experience?
I'm so hyped to be here because, as you said, I have seen the other side of it. I've been coaching 5 of the participants. I call them the girl squad, but then Rubius was added also to my gang. So we have the girl squad on my side and the honorary member of the girl squad, Rubius. But yes, I've been watching it. I'm hyped. This is so exciting. And I'm going to try to be as professional as one can be, even though deep inside I'm rooting for my students.
Well, yeah, that first matchup, actually, your commentators for the day are going to be they are the coaches of the players. So we'll try to keep it professional. We've talked a little bit of trash behind the scenes about each other's prep. Let's take you through all of the logistics of the event. First, we're going to take a look at the participants. They're all the same faces. Well, I mean, for today's matchup, where it's poker versus how would you describe Rubius? I mean, you've done so many collabs with him. What is he at heart? Is he a gamer? Is he a streamer? Is he a personality? He does a lot of different things.
I would call him a comedian first and foremost, because that's how he started out on YouTube. He had a couple of skits where he would just come up with a creative idea and make people laugh. So even though nowadays his content is mainly gaming content, it's always based around a really unique sense of humor.
Well, I'm a comedian, but that normally comes to my chess or from my chess, I should say. Why don't we go format as well? Let's take a look at what this is all about and how this works. Again, if you're brand new, it's 4 groups of 4. So far, there have been matchups. Everyone has played a game already, a match. 10 minutes and 5-second bonus time. If you win in the first 2 games, you get 3 points. If you lose, you get 0. But if you force the Armageddon, it's 2-1. Top 2 go to the championship bracket, and bottom 2 to the consolation bracket. We've also got prizes, everybody's favorite subject. A lot at stake. I think, as Ludwig said, Anna, you get $3,500 if you lose every single game of the event. I mean, why are people becoming grandmasters anymore? Just become streamers and get into Pogchamps 12 or however long your trajectory is, right? I mean,
Exactly. The prices are great. And also a reminder that this is a charity event. So all of the participants have already chosen, most of them have already chosen the charity they will donate to. And we do encourage, if you want to contribute to this, Chess.com will match up to $100,000
yes,
of the donations from the community, from you guys.
And we'll talk about it a little bit later, but obviously, oh, never mind. We're going to talk about it right now. That actually was exactly the image we were pulling up. The charity that everybody has decided to donate to. XQC is waiting to surprise us all at the last second. That is not the name of a charity, but I imagine that he will donate somewhere pretty epic. And you know, Anna, we know a thing or two about charitable initiatives, so this is very exciting for us as well, and it's great to see. So let's take a look at what's coming up on today's pairings. Yes, I forgot about that. That's quite
Today's
important.
pairings is also very important. We're gonna start that with the clash between one of the top poker players in the world, Daniel Negreanu, facing the top Spanish creator in the world, Rubius. That's gonna be our first clash, starting in 5 minutes.
Yes, and as far as XQC and Pokimane, XQC is currently a part of the Texas shutdown. That match, sadly, will have to be postponed, is what I've last heard, until, well, hopefully tomorrow, but we will know, and that kind of messes around our schedule here and there. I think the Nico and BenjyFishy match will start 20 minutes early, as I've last been told, but it's exciting, and those are exciting pairings. I hope that first round matchup lives up to the hype. Let's take a look at what's coming up on Twitch. The Twitch rivals Hand and Brain. The last time I did this announcement, I was not an official participant, but I have been notified that I will be participating. Anna, you pumped for this? Hand and Brain Twitch rivals?
Wait a second, where's my invite? Levy, where's my invite?
Wait, really? Now you? Oh, no, you're joking. Oh, no, stop it. Okay, well, we're going to have a conversation with whoever is our contact at Twitch. All right, last time I peer pressured them. This time you peer pressure them. This is awkward, Anna. I'm sorry. On that note,
the plan.
Let's take a look at our official sustainability partner, Gayaki. They're supporting Pogchamps this year, and as they celebrate 25 years of regenerative yerba mate, they're going to share cases. You guys know what to do. Spam that emote for a chance to win, and we're going to be right back for our first match of the day.
4 pillars of regeneration to heal all nations. We work with and not against, because we are a part of this. We've never been apart from this. Our hands feel through the soil's pass, our feet touch on the blades of grass. Braid all these voices into a beautiful tapestry, find those similarities we all share in these breaths that we breathe. This home of ours sustains us but needs us, so together we'll move through this long night and inspire us all to come to life.
Hello? Yes! Yo, Vandal just feels so powerful, you know? YOLOing up into... Oh. Get that donk out of here. Donk. Nice. Dude, our burn popped off. I actually don't like it on this map. If I just spammed harder. Hello? Stop! You guys are so intimidating. Hello? Ooh, I hit her. Oi. Is it time for nadies? Not yet, but almost. Hello? Anybody? Come on in. Come on in. Just peek. Come here, you big hoe bag. Oh, let's go. The hoe bag worked. Alright, let's go. I'm sorry. Hmm? Whatever. I'm just gonna toss these everywhere.
Welcome back to our coverage of Pogchamps 3 presented by Grip 6. We are just moments away from our first round matchup between El Rubius and Daniel Negreanu. Anna, I want you to be completely honest with me. How much prep has been done for this match? The players are in. Are we only going to talk about it afterward?
Well, there may have been quite some preparation. No, actually, for this match, we didn't have that much time because for the previous one, we streamed a lesson. It was about an hour and a half lesson. This time, Rubius' schedule was so busy that I literally Discord prepared him, meaning that it's text messages and the video I recorded explaining what's our plan with the white and the black pieces. How about you, Levy? What have you done for today?
Very similar. I'm not going to lie to you. I was speaking with Daniel a little bit on Twitter. We kind of decided that the England Gambit, when they know that it's coming, might be not the best. So he's got a new opening with the black pieces. And then with white, we were trying to get into the head of Rubius and the nation of, well, I guess he's technically in Andorra now, right? So I don't know if we were thinking about Andorra, but it feels like he's got a massive community of help behind him. It almost feels like a Fischer-Spassky situation where, Boris has the whole Soviet Union preparing him. So we don't know what we're going to get. Does he have some surprise prepared for us? Like what's going to go on with his openings?
Let's see the first moves and then I'll tell you more, Levy.
All right, chat. You know just as much as me. Fantastic. Look at Daniel. Daniel is making fun of us because he's in Vegas and it's probably 80 degrees there.
Goodness me, I would love to be in a place where it's this warm. And he's doing his pre-game ritual. I feel like I was going to ask him about this because I was curious. I'm going to keep that question for the interview, but I was really curious if he applies the same pre-game or pre-tournament rituals as he would in poker.
Yeah, well, it has to be. I mean, to be honest, I'm watching him and I'm feeling kind of inspired. I feel like a deep breath would definitely help. Rubius also looks ready to go. I am so jealous of the fact that Daniel is currently in a place where it might be 50 degrees Fahrenheit warmer than where I'm sitting. And
I know. Not the case for Rubius in Andorra. I think it's not too cold, but it's winter. The two of them together, by the way, make up the Spanish flag. So I like that they have matching outfits, much like us, with the flowers.
And we're off, by the way. Rubius has played E4. And all right, C3.
That might be preparation, Levy.
Yeah, C3, D4. It's good preparation. It's a very good system. The Alapin. This is already actually quite advantageous for white, isn't it?
Yes, and this is what we expected. We expected Daniel to go D6.
Yeah, Daniel, does he play the dragon or does he play the Najdorf?
I didn't take that much look into the main lines because I wanted to make sure we get our preparation. So in order to get one's preparation, you need to deviate as soon as you can. And that's why I recommended the Alapin, because then it's almost sure that he will get the position.
It's very good. I mean, it's a fantastic opening. You know what else is fantastic? Oh, he goes for the Najdorf, by the way. What else is fantastic? Chipotle Sensei just donated $1,000, which means we've donated $1,000 to charity. So shout out to him. We're getting the show.
Chipotle.
Well, he, you know, I was gonna say we're getting the show on the road already, but he knows he's got a high stakes guy, Daniel Negreanu, so he wants high stakes himself.
Thank you so much, Chipotle, and everyone else considering to donate. Every single penny matters, and all of the donations will be matched up to $100,000. Chess.com is matching your donations. Exclamation mark charity in the chat, I believe, is our command.
Yeah, I'm getting deja vu. Anna and I have done enough commentary on the GM Hikaru Twitch channel, and charity is what we're all about. And as far as this position, Daniel Negreanu absolutely must play the move e6 right now. He hasn't, and if Rubius realizes how strong e5 is, Anna, and e6, just pushing through that, but will he?
I wonder if he senses it, because we've got the opening principles right in terms of development and castling as soon as possible, but it's not that easy to know when it is the right moment to strike. I think when you're starting out with chess, that's one of the most difficult to feel the right moment, to know when you should push, because the queen side of white is still undeveloped. So he could also think, is it time to move my knight from b1? Is it time to move the bishop? And so he goes for the development.
Right, and exactly. And this is actually one of those moments, you're exactly right. You got to know when to strike. And it's tough to, like, for example, is he going to I think he's going to go back to h4. If I know from his previous game, there it is.
Yes.
I'm on to your guy.
Well, it's a bit too late. I must say we have won the preparation battle.
Yes. And Daniel just, Daniel, he's got to get out of the opening. Let's take a look at Rubius, see how he's feeling.
Sure.
Oh, this is so dramatic.
I love the music.
I'm at the top of a mountain, looking at clouds and almost narrated.
Esta torre es bastante peligrosa, para él.
Oh, he said my rook is dangerous for him.
You understand Spanish better than I do at this stage, I feel like.
La ha sacado del tirón esta.
Wow. That I didn't
Vale.
do.
Yeah, he said that he pushed d5 instantly. I think now he's realizing that maybe in the center something should have happened. Let's see how he responds to e5. This
Tiene
is a
súper
critical
desprotegido.
moment.
Si le consigo entrar por aquí, estaría bastante chido.
He's looking at the f7 pawn and he's trying to find a way to get there. He's feeling that that's the vulnerable spot and he's trying to attack it somehow. Not that it's easy. Not that it's easy with this current setup.
I'm just dancing. His music is dope. All these creators are successful because of their music. Like,
You think so?
oh yeah, absolutely. You listen to good music, you're a winner.
Esto es buena jugada, Bueno, no, me tiene clavado con esto, pero de todas formas se lo puedo cambiar.
He's saying that e5 is a good move.
And he was saying something about trading, right? He wasn't sure whether he wanted to trade and knight d5 and knight f6. So what he was drawing arrows to there was the fact that, and by the way, credit to Negreanu, because if he had played e6, he would have straight up gotten like blown off the board maybe with e5, and then he has to find like all sorts of crazy tactics. But the pin here is the problem, and Negreanu occupies central space. And don't be fooled by this plus 1.5, because it's so hard to even understand why that is. I actually don't even fully understand why it's plus 1.5. Like, give black 2 moves, right? Black is fine.
Yes, I was gonna tell you the same, that the move here is not obvious at all. What's the way forward for white? Is it that you need to trade? Is it that you need to try to open up the queen side, a4 in the Sicilian, when black has a pawn on b5? Oftentimes a good idea, especially since black is lacking development. Black still needs to, as you pointed out, move the bishop and castle. So perhaps it would be the moment to push a4. I feel like that's a very difficult idea to find here.
Oh, not easy at all. And by the way, he's right. And he has played knight d5. This very well could be the idea, because now if bishop takes, pawn takes, you've reopened the e-file. I think Daniel should, first glance, just bishop e7 and trade, right? I think. Just do it, but that's hard to do.
Yes, the knight on d5. I really like this idea by Rubius, and I may or may not have told him that it's okay to sacrifice pawns against Daniel because he loves his gambits. So that was part of our strategy too. And I love the fact that he's trying to open up the e5 because after the trade on d5, the e5 would have opened up. g5 is a very bold move by Daniel.
Yeah, that is very, very bold because I'm not sure he's fully come to terms with the fact that after bishop g3, there's extra attacks on e5. And it's actually funny. I tell basically no one to play the Najdorf. I mean, I've focused on the Najdorf once in my life with a student, and they were about 1800. And that's just because it's so abstract when you have to set up what, where, your queen side versus your king side. Tell me, is Rubius a knight takes g5 kind of guy?
I wonder if he's looking at it. I'm gonna take a look at his stream and see if he's drawing arrows to that square. I'm hoping not. I don't think it's needed here.
We're gonna take a look. We're there now. No, back to this. It's like 12 songs in 3 minutes. I love it. He's got his knight highlighted.
Yes, possibly he was looking at the pin earlier and he has just played bishop to g3. So I'm glad that he may have considered the sacrifice, but he just dropped the bishop back. And now black can win a pawn on d5, but overall you're going to lose the e5 pawn right after that. So it's opening up the e5. The black king is still in the middle of the board. This is looking very dangerous for Daniel now.
This is very dangerous for Daniel. Okay. Let's put this. Well, let's stay. I mean, we can stay here just to see if Rubius finds pawn, and he's literally just dragged it over. I mean, pawn takes pawn is borderline winning for white.
Ahora es que tengo este puto caballo aquí.
Interesting that he doesn't like where the knight is. I feel like he would love to move the queen on that diagonal, but the knight is in the way.
Pero sí que me puedo comer esta pieza, pero no creo que lo haga todavía, o sea, porque no lo puede defender de ninguna manera.
He's getting kind of tunnel vision at the fact that the bishop sees the knight.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's moved it.
It's still, of course, a very complex position, but he could have just taken on e5, and that was going to be a crushing move.
Yes.
He doesn't like too much the position, he's saying.
Creo que debería haberle comido el caballo, a lo mejor. Creo que era lo mejor. Comer el caballo y quitarle toda la defensa, tío. Pero he querido salvar el alfil.
He says that he thinks his move was bad and he had something better?
Yes, that earlier he should have taken black's knight, and that's a pity when you feel like you have made a mistake earlier, and now he's regretting that he didn't take on f6.
Yeah, it's a lot of, you know, when you're in a tough matchup like this, and really, this is a message for anybody rated 944 or around that, lower, higher, doesn't really matter. You guys have to stop like taking credit away from yourself. He played a great game until knight d2, and it was all because he was like, I'm under pressure, but he's not. He doesn't realize how good he's playing.
Yeah. I wonder if he follows up with, oh, now he's pointing out that the e5 pawn could be taken, but he should have seen the move before. Now black has enough pieces defending the pawn.
Yes, exactly. Literally. I mean, like if he just saw that his knight, he didn't like that his knight, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Black has no threats. Pawn takes pawn, and black is destroyed on the e-file.
Yes, it's a bit too late now about the e5 pawn. I wonder if he will notice that even though he missed the chance there, he could, for instance, play knight to e4 or bishop to e4 and try to attack the d6 pawn. That's a vulnerable spot too, a weak pawn.
For Daniel, once he makes it out of the opening, like if Rubius plays one more move that's a little bit too slow and black plays castles and maybe even f5, f4, black is just winning. And
yeah,
it's not even really a question.
And possibly Daniel will recognize that pattern because his bishop on g3 could have been trapped that way against Pocky. Pocky had that f5, f4 push in their game. It didn't happen, but it could have been a way in which Daniel was going to lose the bishop.
And by the way, chat members, we have Daniel in Zoom. He's not streaming today, so we don't have audio of him, but we'll just take his visual celebrations and emotions as we can. It's kind of funny in chess, there is no soul reading. I mean, you can't be like King 9. It's all the moves played on the board. And I wonder if he's actually looking at Rubius at all during the match to get something out of him. But
I think he possibly would. I feel like for a poker player that could add more information if he's good at reading body language. Rubius realized that he couldn't take on e5. He was showing on his stream with the arrows that now too many pieces of black are defending it. So he's going back to f3, but it literally means he's got the same position he had 2 moves ago.
Yep. Literally. I mean, it's like black just got 2 moves in a row. Black got to play bishop g7, and now black will probably be able to, not king f8, but castle. Daniel, and there you go. Yeah. And well, now what? Are we going to get a big central explosion?
Could be, because finally, I think it is Rubius who wants to capture on e5. And that would mean multiple trades of pieces. It is still not that easy of a position for Daniel, I feel like, for the fact that he has pushed the g-pawn to g5, that makes his king more vulnerable. So even though he has managed to escape from the e-file, the king, after castling, is still not that safe. And funnily enough, right before they started this game, Rubius was playing a practice game where he had a queen-bishop battery on the b1 h7 diagonal and giving checkmate on h7. He is looking at the diagonal, I think, again, but I wonder if... Oh, he's not taking on e5. He was about to push h4, and then he took the pawn on e5. That makes more sense.
H4's a creative move. I mean... I
know. The thing is, Rubius may not have been playing chess for so long, but ever since he got into chess, he has been watching the videos of Raidama. He was following our coverage on Hikaru's channel of the Champions Tour as well. The last couple of days, he was tuning in every day, he told me. So he looks at options, possibilities that grandmasters would play, because that's the chess he sees, that's the chess he watches, and he may not know why that move is good or bad, but he has the ideas from the grandmaster games.
Yes, well, that's our job when we commentate. We see grandmaster games. We've got to make sure that that anybody watching is able to understand. Let's pull that up. Let's put that up on the big screen. This is actually we're taking it a little bit for granted that you have to play knight takes, because on bishop takes now Rubius's worst nightmare comes true. Bishop takes f3. Is that even considered an intermezzo, like before you take on e5? I guess it is, right? So
yeah, a very strong intermediate move which removes the defender of the e5 bishop. So Daniel would be winning at least a piece, if not more material. Bishop takes, queen takes, knight takes, e5, also attacks then the queen and the bishop on d3. This is suddenly falling apart, unfortunately, for Rubius. But then Daniel plays f6 to keep his bishop. I think he also got tunnel vision there, thinking that he needs to make sure that the g7 bishop cannot be traded. So he didn't see that he had an opportunity.
It was like a roller coaster, just and then back up. And are we about to go back down again, Anna? I'm really scared. It's actually very natural here for Rubius to either move his bishop 2 squares where it was, or 1 squared forward and attack the rook. So I think we're fine. I don't think we're... Or that.
Yes, a bishop to d4, very logical. And again, this position, because of the pawn pushes in front of the black king, are still really dangerous when it comes to defending that king. And Rubius, I know that he was looking at queen e2, queen e4, cannot be done with the bishop on d5, but he has that idea of the queen bishop battery.
It's a fantastic game. Now, one thing we have to notice in a position like this is, first thing, you look at material, but then you look at whose king is safer. It's not even a question. It's Rubius. I mean, Daniel's pushed a lot of dark squared pawns, so his light squares are very vulnerable near the king. He could plant a bishop or a knight on a square like that. That's called an outpost square, when you're in your opponent's territory on a square you control and they don't, especially with pawns. The pawn structure, Anna, 2 and 3 per side. So I feel like this is going to get decided right down these 3 middle lines, C and C, D, E, on both sides.
I fully agree with you. Just notice how short he is on time.
Actually, this idea is amazing. Like e4 now, push the pawn.
Yeah, I wonder if he noticed that, or he just didn't like that the rook was gonna capture his rook on e1.
Base drop's coming. Base drop. Oh, whoa. Oh, we getting weird. Oh, that's a weird base drop. Whoa.
Queen to h5, queen g6. I love the idea, but again, the knight is in the way. Will he move it again back to d2 so that the queen can get out?
Con esta dama,
Wow, It's like a Madrid like nightclub kind of vibe, except
Voy a
everything
subirlo
shut
ahora,
down,
Para
unfortunately.
atacar ahí está el field.
Yeah.
Depende de lo que haga, obviamente, pero...
He really
Oh my
wants to
God.
set up the queen bishop battery. He's trying to find a way in which the queen and the bishop could attack on the diagonal. Knight to
That-
c5 by Daniel, and now e4 isn't as good as it was gonna be with the knight still stuck on d7.
Yes, 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 and hopefully we don't get like a DMCA strike from I don't know, from abroad. I don't know if that was someone's techno track, but Anna, you're right. You take this with the knight, or
But
you
Daniel
don't.
again misses his chance. It's a game where they both, I feel like, are a bit too cautious. And instead of realizing that the e4 pawn was okay to take, Daniel goes back to f7, defensive move.
And this is winning for. Oh, g4, just g4, right? Or knight d3 and some sort of g4.
G4 was gonna undermine the d4 bishop, but after the trade, now the queen is defending the d4 bishop, so the pawn push to g4 no longer wins a piece for Daniel. What an
bishop.
exciting game! The evaluation bar dancing to the beats of Rubius, and this is an anyone's game type of position. Anyone can win this.
Absolutely. I drew the arrow bishop c4 because, you know, you're naturally inclined to look what you can attack. It's not a bad move, just the queen moves out of the way and then b3. If Rubius gets one more move, like right now to activate his rook, not there. I'm just not great at drawing arrows on this screen sharing software. Is Daniel now going to play rook d6, rook e6? What's that? Queen c8, queen c7, rook c somewhere? Trying to get in his head. What's he thinking?
You have had a couple of coaching sessions with him, so tell us, what do you think he will go for?
I think he's saying that everything you do at the chessboard conveys information. I think that's really what he's all about. So,
and he goes queen c8, which is a great move to double on the c file, on the open c file. I wonder if Rubius will realize that his a1 rook is still yet to be developed. He goes for e5 now.
Oh my gosh, this is an insane game. This is an extremely high level game of chess, and it is taking place on the only 3 open files. Daniel, don't play rook c1. That does not work. Also, Anna, do you take on e5 or do you push f5, f4? Like, what are you doing here? Probably f5, f4.
I feel like he should push f5, but it's not an easy decision to take because it allows white to keep that pawn, which would have been a pass pawn. Rook e6 is logical. Pinning the pawn, very good move.
That is a classy move. So I was right. He does put the queen behind the rook looking for the batter. Oh my gosh, he's all in. He's all in. And
I'm telling you, Rubius has watched too many of our Champions Tour coverage.
But you're like, it sounds like we're joking, but he might actually be taking inspiration because so much of modern chess now is h4.
I'm not joking at all. H4 has happened so many times, and he was watching the broadcast every day.
Whoa, this is almost a blunder.
Breaking the rook with a tempo. He knows about the creating the bigger threat concept, but I'm not sure he realized that after pawn takes bishop, his queen too is hanging.
But he blunders. It's hit twice. It's hit twice. Just take it. Daniel
has been low on time.
Daniel has been super capture averse this whole game, but he has the time to find it. He's been avoiding a lot of trades.
Yeah. No, this is his chance. This is his chance to calmly calculate that that bishop is attacked by 2.
Oh, and he misses it!
Rubius follows up with the king side attack. The b6 bishop is still hanging.
It's just immortal. It's standing there. And Daniel might realize it. That's the thing. But now you're being attacked on the other side. And he finds it.
He takes with the queen. Very smart decision because it forces the queen trade. Rubius with a smile there that he missed the bishop hanging.
No!
He takes on e5 too, which unfortunately is another piece. And Daniel will take it. That's, I think, is a lot more obvious that this knight is hanging.
Oh, my. Oh, Rubius just melting under time pressure, unfortunately. He was exceptional. I mean, this is 3 straight games.
Yeah.
That it
was a brilliant game by both. Kudos to both.
He missed it!
Daniel didn't take the knight, so Rubius is still in the game. It's a piece down, but he still has some chances. That's a great move because if the king moves, the bishop on f7 is hanging.
Bishop f8, knight d7.
Goodness me. How can Daniel get out of this then?
I don't know. I think he has to. I don't even know what the best move is. Oh, knight f7.
H7. Let's
Bishop
see if
d4.
Rubius.
Bishop D4.
realizes, yep.
And if, I don't even know what's going on.
This game is so amazingly exciting and high level for how they are coming back from difficult situations. Both of them have been in the good and bad in this game together. Daniel also
Don't-
with
Rook H6, he takes.
yeah, I thought he was showing a bit of frustration there, Daniel, but also that ending it with a smile. This is a wholesome moment where oh no,
King G7.
that might not be the best spot for the knight. King F5. The knight has a chance now to come back to F7.
This is wild. The king has King G4, and it's like mate. Rook H6 is a checkmate.
Oh no. King G4 sets up checkmate in one. I wonder if Daniel will play it, and I wonder if Rubius will see the checkmate. He has been solving checkmate in one puzzles. Rook F6 to trade the rook is classy too, because this endgame is better for black.
Yes, it is. But Daniel has to completely change gears now. He has to completely change gears, and he has to realize B2 is hanging, and then to win the endgame.
Yeah.
Rook H6 is winning.
D8. I feel like Rook D8 is a good attempt, but yes, there has to be plenty of good moves here for Daniel. And the knight is stuck on AJ. That's a very poor piece, unfortunately, for Rubius.
And that is why you actually have to scan for checks, because he had the bishop, but he didn't have to move it. Rook H6, if he just thought for a second, do I have a check? Oh, I do, and I'm winning the knight. But Anna, you're right. He actually had to take the knight with the bishop, because then his rook would have taken the oh my gosh.
It was very complex, but even like this, I think Daniel is now on track to win this game. He is up on time, up a pawn. His pieces are a lot more active, and when we see how poor this H8 knight is, or maybe actually wait, if Rubius gets to take on G5, there's a hope, but then the knight will fall after Rook H6.
Oh, and is he trying to rescue his knight?
I think that's what he's doing, but now Rook H6 wins the knight.
Yeah. Wow, that's heartbreaking. And Daniel
both the bishop and the rook are attacking it, so just one move short of getting the knight out of a desperate situation.
And he's taken, but this is still, you still play this. You still play this.
Absolutely, because there's not much material on the board, also not much time, so Rubius has to speed up. Just a reminder on the time control that there's increment. They receive 5 seconds per move, but it's not that much to think.
Now, Daniel has to safeguard his bishop with one of these 3 moves, and he does that. Rook D2, bishop D4. Whoop, use it as a shield. A wooden one, if you will. Rook H2, and that's it. Rook H2, that's why you always look for checks. And the rook is gone. Even
Rook
in a trade,
H2.
this is winning.
Yes, and that's something very important when you're ahead on material. This is up a piece, a bishop advantage for black. It's something beneficial to you to trade as much as you can. Simplify the position with trades. Instead of that, A5, of course, is a good move too, because Daniel is trying to create a pass pawn on the queen side.
Yeah. At this point, what I always told my students when I was still teaching, at this point, you are completely responsible for blunders. White has 3 pieces that can move. The G-pawn cannot move. So if you blunder something, you have to own it. You have to be scanning. But now Rook E5 is lurking. King G3, but will he take the pawn?
I think he'll take the pawn on G4, and that saves the situation.
And now he's got a lot of... Just don't play Rook E4. That is the only move you don't want to play.
Rook A4, Daniel's playing extremely well the endgame phase.
Yeah, Daniel is confident in the endgame. Plus, it helps that the other guy's got 20 seconds. Let's make it very clear.
I feel like for Rubius, that was the factor that basically made him collapse, that he got so low on time without realizing it. He started panicking when his clock was on 50 seconds. He realized he's low on time, and then he couldn't perform as well as he was doing before. He couldn't play as well as he was.
Did Daniel just spot this Rook B2 idea? Is that...
I think so. I feel like that's where he's heading.
Yeah, that's the most... And that...
So classy. Again, a great idea to trade the rook, then go with the pawns on the queen side. It's got already a G pass pawn, and he's about to create more on the queen side too.
Now, there is a trick, of course, rook f2, which is sacrificing the rook and deflecting the king from defending this rook. It's relatively five-head, kind of unnecessary, only really if you want to flex the fact that you've won the battle. Otherwise, just take the pawn on a2 and keep converting. Rubius at 2 seconds. And there, the defense of the rook is gone.
I think he's trying to create a stalemate. I was teaching him about stalemates, and he thought it's unfair that someone with material up would make only half a point. But I pointed out that you always need to make moves. In this case, there's no stalemate because there's still so much room for the king that Rubius resigned.
Yeah, I think that was more a sign of respect than anything else. And Daniel celebrating, big win for Daniel. It's wow, Anna, what a first game of the day. That was a fantastic clash. We'll take a look at the key moments, but for now, we're going to take a short break and we'll return with the second game, Pogchamps 3, presented by Grip 6. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, shit. Yeah. Woo. Back on the channel. Yeah. What's up, Chess.com? How's it going? Ludwig here again because Chess.com has no fucking content. Why they came to me? I have no clue. Don't say back to watching Ludwig comb his hair. I get it, XQC viewers. It's been a tough week. All right? Sorry he can't go live for 15 fucking hours, day after day after day. Get over it. Anyway, I actually came to do a quick poll, quick survey. I'm thinking about making my own bidet. If you don't know, it's a device that cleans your butthole. Now, there are two options. Chat, this is Chess.com chat. I'm asking you. Would you rather have option 1, $300 bidet, expensive, but heated seat, 3 different types of sprays for your butthole, warm sprays, air dryer. Okay? Option 1, $300. Or option 2, heated water, none of the other fancy dancies, like an attachment. Which one? 1 or 2? Or 3, which is just fuck off, Ludwig. I don't give a shit about this. It's a lot of 3s. That is a lot of 3s. If we could just tone down the 3s. Let's make 3s actually number 1 now. 3s are now number 1. Number 1 and 3 also means number 1. So number 3 means you want to buy a very expensive bidet. And number 1 also means that. Number 3 is now deleted. There's no number 3. Get out. I'm not the one who came on the screen. Look, hey, I'm not a narc, but I'll reveal some things. I'll peel back the curtain. Actually, you know what? Here's what we can talk about for 2 minutes. Rainn Wilson did not throw. You just don't trust society and general structure of things because of your distrust, because of probably the American government over the past 20 years. He didn't throw. He doesn't give a fuck about our tournament. Let's just be real. Boom. There it is. He didn't throw. And here's why he didn't throw. Here's why. Let me explain. 3 reasons. 1, he is a celebrity multimillionaire who doesn't care about a dumbass Twitch stream. 2, his only connection to Chess.com is Danny Wrench, who is basically a giant baby inside of a man. Sweet guy, very sweet guy, who does not have any of the malicious or really nefarious abilities to set this up, all right? So there's no way Danny, all right, would set this up and have this giant plan for maybe 5K more viewers of content. Number 3, and the final reason why Rainn Wilson did not throw, I don't have a number 3. Oh, wait, he might have thrown. I didn't plan a number 3. I thought I would have one. He might have thrown. Fuck. Oh, yeah, he's old. That was it. I forgot about that. He's 55. He's just an old man. He's an old fucking man. So, you know, he's probably got a screw loose or something. He's just old, man. He's 55, dude. What do you want from him? All right? Hey, you know Kasparov is still alive, right? Why is he not the best player in the world? Think about it. Old. Ageism. Factism.
Welcome back to our coverage of Pogchamps 3 presented by Grip 6. We just saw a wonderful, wonderful matchup between Rubius and Daniel Negreanu. Anna, we were on the edge of our seats, but for now, let's show you a little graphic of some of the players in the event and who you can beat up on. Anna, you've played some of these, no? I asked Hikaru, he said no, but I feel like we have.
I have played against all the bots, and I think it's a great feature created by Chess.com so that you can too feel like, how is it to face XQC, Ludwig, Poki, Code Miko, Nico, Mr. Beast? You can challenge them on Chess.com. You can challenge their bots. And I love the trash talking too by some of these bots. I might say that some have a stronger trash talking than others. Poki's bot is really cute, just like she is. It's very wholesome and adorable.
It doesn't trash talk.
Sending hearts and emojis. She's adorable.
Yeah, my bot just says utter nonsense. I mean, so do I, but I do it better. My bot says things like, "I'm back from dinner, let's play," and like I've never said that. Like they could have watched hours of footage to pull things that I say, but they chose that. I don't know why they said that, but is yours accurate? Does yours say things you say?
I think so, and my bot will possibly invite you as a guest on my Twitch channel to one of the upcoming streams.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to my bot. We'll see how the schedule is and take a look at the calendar. What makes sense. Yeah, there was this guy who, and as we get going here, Daniel Negreanu with the white pieces, he messaged me between games and he said, "Oh, I knew this was gonna happen." He said I was gonna go Danish, and okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna say this, Anna. I'm gonna say, we didn't prepare anything. Let's see how the opening goes. So that
you haven't prepared for this?
No. Only if it goes well did we prepare. If it goes poorly, it's his fault.
I'm sure you prepared this because this is exactly what Rubius played against XQC. I taught him the Scandinavian specifically against XQC, but I felt like against Daniel it was a good choice too because Daniel loves his gambits. So I wanted to make sure he doesn't get any of his gambits.
Yes, I'm gonna stop messing around. What I told him to do here is to play bishop to e2, short castle, and put 2 center pawns in the middle of the board.
I see.
And then he said, you know, I'll rely on my middle game skills. And I said, I respect that. And as we saw last game, ultimately, that's what it comes down to. So he should know here, bishop to e2, and then short castle, and nice and positional, solid approach. And let's see how it goes.
I wonder what development Rubius will go for because I showed him the... No, please, no. I hope it's a mouse slip because I told him that the f7 pawn is glued to the board. I told him you cannot move that pawn. No.
Well,
what is going on?
He's coming up with inspiration. So the dangerous thing here. Oh, Daniel doesn't go d4. Daniel, d4. They're shredding it all open. All right, we got a game then. This actually might be brilliant by Rubius.
I like that his idea was to push e5, so he had the right idea, but it should have been the knight that he used to try to get the pawn to e5.
Yes.
And the f-pawn, I'm gonna have to keep emphasizing that it's too dangerous. I told him that you need to first castle before you even consider touching the f-pawn, that it's glued to the board, but maybe I should emphasize it a bit more.
All right, so you're letterist is what you're saying. The f-pawn just can't, it isn't allowed to improve itself in society.
That's it's just the f-pawn because it's called the f-pawn, exactly.
Got it. Rubius plays that. See, backwards knight moves like this rather than to like b6. They kind of impress me. Like on a serious note, why is black better?
I like the structure a lot for black now with the d4 square and the d3 pawn being weak in Daniel's position, but he still needs to, they both still need to finish development, of course, and I'm somewhat worried about the g8 a2 diagonal for Rubius if a queen comes to b3 with the idea of pushing c5, a discover check, attacking the bishop. Those would be the ideas I would be afraid of since he has pushed the f-pawn.
Yeah, but he seems very confident. I don't quite understand why the computer completely hates this for white. I think it's because black can play c5. If I can just show this on the big board. Black's move c5 creates this massive dark square wall, and white can't push this. It's like Daniel has to go d4 right now.
Yeah. And Rubius didn't stop him. That's why c5 was so strong, because then you make sure that white can never push d4. So let's see if Daniel realizes that it's really important for his pawn structure that the d3 pawn, as of now, is a backward pawn. After d4, you solve that problem. g4! Whoa, 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 whoa! As much as I was worried about f6, I would also be worried about g4. Both of them are weakening their king a bit unnecessarily.
Yeah, that was not my prep. I'm going to distance myself from that. I'm going to hire a legal team.
Levy.
I did not tell Daniel Negreanu to play the move g4. Let's just be very clear. You have me on record. This is court. You can admit this testimony in court. I did not. But having said that, Rubius very creatively comes up with f6, e5. He's fine. He's fine. And he's playing faster.
Yes, he realized that he was very slow, and I sent him a message too, just emphasizing that if he plays a bit faster, then he's gonna be doing well. Basically, I told him he's gonna win, but this is an official broadcast, so...
So what'd you say? You said si tú juegas más rápido, puedes ganar, something like that?
Oh, no puedes. Sin puedes, le ganarás. It means you gonna win.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But that's Coach Anna. I was the coach during the break. Now I'm back here, and I'm gonna say that this position is complex. I think g4 was very brave by Daniel, and placing his king on the long diagonal is also maybe a bit too challenging for his own safety.
Yeah. All right, listen, Daniel, you can't be all loosey-goosey having a sandwich. I mean, when c5 is played, Rubius is storming back. This is crazy. He's playing fantastic. Now Daniel's d4 move is not even possible. He can't go king g3. Please, don't go king g3, e4, you resign. Don't even think about it.
Rook to h1. So Daniel has some creative attacking ideas, pushing the h and g pawns, but his king too is getting quite exposed through the long diagonal. Not that simple to take advantage of it. And Rubius still needs to develop the queen side. I wonder if he'll go for knight to c6, and the knight d4 next move would be amazing with that pin on the f3 knight. That
would be the pinnacle of the pyramid. If he lands something, that's the one thing that's missing. I feel like when he plays knight d4, the whole board illuminates, and he just gets Exodia and just obliterates Daniel. I mean, but we'll see. Daniel is going for some super ultra mega alpha zero thing here with h4, h5, g5. It's bold, but mistaken potentially, because the problem is his king is right there. It's right there in the line of sight. Oh, f5 is so good.
What a move by Rubius, opening up the f5.
Es para que él en el futuro él no pueda abrir esta línea, ¿sabes? Y que pueda bajar la torre por aquí. Porque creo que es lo que quiere hacer.
He doesn't want to let him open up the h-file.
Y yo ahora tengo un buen ataque porque tengo esto atacando aquí, o sea que aquí él me tiene que coger. Yo creo que él quiere que le coma esto, ¿ves? Claro. Estaba claro. Estaba clarinete, pero ahora ¿qué? Ahora yo subo aquí.
E4 is such a strong follow-up because now the knight is attacked and then the long diagonal.
Wilson, para. Venga, baja.
E4 is so good. He's on fire. It must have
been the inspiration of his cat Wilson, who has just visited the stream. Both of them are cat owners.
All right, wait, let's stay here for the base drop. Let's see this base drop.
He's thinking of capturing on d3. I wonder if he realizes that it's check. No, he doesn't see it's check.
Yes, that's a better one.
No me duele en realidad.
No, Levy, you're not the coach now. You're a caster. We are both casters.
I meant the music. I meant the music.
Oh, I mean that f4 is... F4 is a good idea overall because I think he sees that then f3 would be a check. But in this moment, there's some discover check ideas. E takes d3 or e3. Levy, I know we have taken away your party music so that we can focus on the position fully. Maybe those moves are not winning on the spot because if e takes d3, the bishop can come back to f3. And if e3, then the knight jumps back to f3. So you always move away the piece that's attacked.
Yes.
but it's certainly something to take into account. Or to bring the knight to g6 and knight f4 or knight h4.
Oh, knight g6 is a high class move. Yeah. Wow. Queen attacks pawn and the knight comes. Yeah, knight g6 activates 2 more pieces to the party.
Yeah.
ED and E3 both look winning. If Daniel realizes that he has to safeguard his king with one of the pieces that's going to be under attack, he can actually stabilize. For example, pawn takes, bishop here, bishop takes, and like queen takes. And Daniel might, like, it's not good, but it's not dead lost, or even knight takes. Even knight takes is good.
Rubius was looking at e takes d3, but then bishop takes d3 for Daniel. I don't think he sees that the bishop on b7 is giving a check.
The board is a big place. The board is a big place. But when ED happens, you have to look at this bishop because it's staring into a wall, and now it has an open line.
Daniel will see it, of course, and it would be illegal to capture on d3. So the king will start lighting up in red. The other move that Rubius is looking at is bishop e5. I think that's a strong one too. And eventually he settles with f4. That was one of his first thoughts.
He doesn't realize how important e4 is to his attack. He needs e4 to guard f3. And if Daniel takes e4 with literally anything, although some are better than others, Black's attack is almost completely gone. If Daniel plays knight d e4 and bishop f3, and he's played it, and now bishop f3, and he's stabilized.
Yes, f4 for Rubius wasn't the best move. This still is dangerous for Daniel for the fact that there's a pawn on g5, the king is on the long diagonal, but it's nowhere near as dangerous as it was with the pawn on e4. I agree that this is now a situation where Daniel could start solidifying the defense, placing the bishop on f3 too.
Yeah, it's honestly, like, I know we're joking, I know we've got the music going, I know, like, all these different things, but there is so much value in the 2 games that these guys have played. Like this game, Rubius is going to go back, adjust the opening, and then he'll also learn how to manage an attack. That's like so valuable, how to balance the pawns versus the piece integration, and there's just so much value here. And Daniel's just, I don't know, I'm going to yell at him for playing g4, king g2. That's going to be Daniel's lesson.
Lessons from the game. Bishop f3, great move by Daniel, because that's the diagonal where he's vulnerable, and he's making sure that now there's no longer a pin.
But Anna, once Daniel stopped messing around, like, look at this, completely stabilized the position.
Yeah.
Completely stabilized.
That's because of f4. So f4 was a mistake by Rubius. And yet I feel like if the knights get into the game, knight c6, knight d4, that knight still has to be developed. So Rubius needs to realize that as much as he was going for an immediate attack, now it isn't that simple. Knight f5, knight h4, I still like those ideas too, but I think he has to develop the queen side. That knight needs to be in the game. And so he plays it.
Wow. It's amazing. And like, that is what a rating is. It's a quantified measurement of your skill level. So sometimes you pop up to 1500, with how well you play. And sometimes you come back down, you have a move or two in a game, you do something crazy. But knight c6, if he gets back on track now and plays knight d4, he's doing well. And Anna, if he plays knight f5, knight g, and tries to get to h4, he might still win.
He's looking at the d4 square, so I'm telling you, the Champions Tour coverage may or may not have affected his ideas. Because that's a knight outpost, that's a great location for the knight, regardless of the specific variations, the concrete ideas, that's a great location strategically for the knight.
And let's put it this way, this position is still infinitely easier to play for Black, and Black is still much better. Despite White being up, is White up a pawn, or did... Yeah, but White is up a pawn, so...
Up a pawn, but it's not the kind of pawn that you really want to be up in this position. That's a d3 backward pawn, the advantage of Daniel. And we know that he would prefer the attack, so he goes for h4. Very logical that Daniel wants to attack. That's why he pushed g4 in the first place.
Now, is the best move here... I don't actually have the computer on. I know we have the eval bar, but... Is the best move to go knight f6, check, sacrificing the knight, and then just taking this bishop so you are the only one remaining with a light-scored bishop? Because there's no way that's going to happen. And if Rubius takes this bishop... That's
an extremely difficult move, I agree, yeah.
This bishop on f3, and it's holding everything. It is White's position.
Knight f6 could well be the best move, but an almost impossible to find idea. Taking advantage of the fact that the bishop on b7 is unprotected, and if Daniel doesn't play it, he goes h5. That's his plan. He wants a kingside attack. But now Rubius has a chance to play knight to f5, for instance, or queen to d7, then bring the rook as well. And the g6, h6 pushes don't seem to be going anywhere. It's only the rook that Daniel can use and the e4 knight for the attack.
I honestly kind of feel like Daniel's trying to like have a little bit of fun because he's up 1-0.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's going to be his reasoning. The truth is that when you're trying to launch an attack like this, you get this far, any pawn you push, right? Black just closes, right? So that's just like Anna was saying. I mean, there's nothing. There's honestly nothing there. And if Rubius, the problem is it's so closed. Well, rook f5 is a nice move.
Yeah, and he was looking at those pawn pushes, so he knows that h6 or g6 may come, and he doesn't want that to be attacking his king. I think he sees those ideas.
Yeah, so now I would expect bishop g4, but that actually allows the rook to take the pawn. Right now the rook is guarded, the pawn is guarded, but yeah. Bishop g4 reopens the pin. I don't know if we're gonna get rook g5, but he just goes all in.
G6 all in.
Daniel, what are you doing? He's so brave this game.
I don't think it's that bad though, because it's a scary move. Rubius is looking at the capture. He might end up taking on g6, and that opens up the h file for Daniel's rook.
It's not that bad. I don't know what board you're looking at. I mean, even if he takes, it's gonna. I mean, is Daniel actually gonna play queen g1, queen h2? If he does that, I don't even know. That would be some. That would be some.
Zero.
Yeah, Mikhail Tal, and.
h6 by Rubius. Classy way of closing down all sorts of attempts on the king side.
Yeah, now Daniel's gonna be like, God damn it, why'd I push those pawns? It's one of these moments. You go, can I get those back? Like, please bring them back.
The funny thing is, if 20 moves from here on, we're gonna get an endgame where there's a back rank checkmate thanks to the g6 pawn. It could still work out in Daniel's favor, but he has to survive this stage of the game because now his king will be, again, the target and the black king is safer.
Yes. Yes. But Daniel is up on time. Ruby is still a bit slow, keeping enough time on the clock for sure. But last game by this moment, he had less than a minute. Maybe not exactly, but very soon. And what's Daniel going to do? I still think bishop g4 or bishop d2. And there's bishop g4. And Anna, is it losing because f3 in between move? Is that why?
Yes, but that's almost impossible to find again. These moves are too much of a computer's favorite. Intermezzo, but he's looking at f3. What?
Oh my! He realizes and he just had it. He literally hovered over and he's played it.
He played it. He plays the top move of the engine. We thought it's impossible to find it.
Oh, you thought I didn't? Excuse me. I believed in your student the whole time. So.
I mean, I believe in him, but this was a very difficult move.
Yes.
I'm so proud of him, though.
That's an amazing move. And okay, I guess we have his music up, but what I was going to say is that it's so strong because now white can't return to the square. And Negreanu has to bring his king back. The circulation of his position is killed by the f3 pawn.
And now it's important to remember that the rook is hanging, so this is important to remember why the bishop went to g4. Oh, he's looking at rook f4 here. That's an exchange sacrifice. I don't think voluntary sacrifice.
Yeah, he forgot it's hanging, but it's still a game. It is still a game, even if he loses the rook for the bishop.
Es flipante esta partida, tío. No estoy comiendo nada.
Oh, he doesn't realize.
¿Dónde te sentaste,
man, he's
José
devastated.
Manuel?
He's not even taking back. He's like... Daniel's hype.
Lleva ventaja porque se ha comido una torre. No
I know we
pasa
can't
nada.
see him, but we'll pull it up on the big screen in a
No había visto
second.
esa mierda, tío.
Yeah, Daniel is pumped. He gave a little fist bump. Anna, it's still not over. Again, it's still not over.
Yeah, the question will be if Rubius can forget about that mistake, because he knows that he shouldn't have placed the rook there and continue with strong ideas, because I think that's difficult for anyone at any level to move on, start a blank page, and now this is the situation. I'm gonna do my best from here and not think about what I should have done.
Daniel's blundered the bishop.
Well, will Rubius see it? Will he just move the king, or will he see that the bishop is hanging?
Right, that's the thing, because he thinks, oh, it's over. I just gotta play some moves and that's it, and he's gonna kill me. And he might be and he spots it. He spots it. It's game on.
He was about to move the king, and then he takes the bishop. He was about to move the king, and then he realized.
Oh my goodness, that is why you can't always be thinking about moving forward. It's such a hard position for white. You're better by material, but you're better because the computer sees 7 moves ahead when you've consolidated.
Yeah.
And Daniel is actually in grave danger of losing this game.
I think he has to take the pawn on f3. He moves the queen to e1.
Queen takes pawn. Just queen d3. Queen d3.
Queen d3 is almost curtains. King g1. Rubius is looking at knight moves. He's looking at knight d4, which, to be fair, is also a great move.
Yes.
Well, he could take on d3 now with a check. Knight to g5 or knight to d4 are the moves he's drawing on his stream. Minute and a half left for Rubius. Daniel has been constantly ahead on time. So even though his position is a very tough one now, after he has blundered, Black has 2 minor pieces for the rook. And that's worth more than the rook. A rook would be 5 points. A minor piece, meaning a bishop or knight, is worth 3 points. So Rubius has 6 in that sense. Well, I forgot about the pawn. They are even. They are even on material. A rook and a pawn versus 2 minor pieces, a bishop and knight, or 2 bishops, if you consider it that way. But the position for Black is better because of the activity of the pieces. Again, the d3 pawn is hanging.
And now
could take it.
Now it's even worse because d2. I think Negreanu's idea is queen e6, and Rubius defends.
Yeah, he noticed that the knight on e6 was attacked, and he guards it. He's also pointing out on his stream that the queen and the bishop have that battery. He likes the queen-bishop batteries.
Yes. He's not wrong.
It's a trademark. I feel like at this stage of Pogchamps, the players start developing their trademark strategies, and queen and bishop battery is gonna be Rubius's one for sure.
Anna, just make sure you haven't taught him, oh, we're back to Rubius.
And his cat is also back.
And is it gonna inspire him to play the best move?
I told him that Pocky's cat is a grandmaster. Pocky's cat made a winning move at one of our training sessions.
Tiene toques jaque. Pero no mate. Con tomate. Lechuga, atún y tomate.
Jaque con tomate.
That's Ray Dama's
Qué miedo, tío,
line, and he watches Ray Dama's videos.
Porque piensas que te la van a comer todo el rato.
Shout out to Ray Dama for all the inspiration he has given to Rubius.
Tengo un jaque. No tiene que mover a esto ahora. Vale, y aquí le tengo en jaque también.
Oh my gosh, King G1.
Vale, chat, si me deshago de esto ya, le gano, ¿eh?
Oh no, he wants to play bishop h2, but no one is guarding that, and no one is guarding the knight on h4.
Si me consigo deshacer de esa puta torre, tío.
He wants to get rid of the rook.
Partida, tío.
Oh,
knight e4 is a good idea.
Oh, that's a good idea. In fact, it's so good it just wins.
Goodness me, that's a killer move if he plays it.
Vale, pero si me como ahora esto... Es una pieza gratis, no, porque está defendido por el caballo.
Oh, he thinks it's winning a piece, though.
24 segundos, tío, por favor, dame más tiempo, tío. Que ayer tuve 80 horas, tío, ¿qué pasa?
You need to move.
Fuck.
That was not Spanish.
¿Qué coño hago, tío?
Queen in the end. Oh,
he troveado, tío, he hecho mis click. Fuck. ¡Ah! He hecho mis click.
Oh, he misclicked. No.
Es que ya no puedo, tío, con el tiempo y todo, tío, es que ya...
Oh no, a mouse slip in a crucial moment.
Oh God, no.
He had the right idea. He was looking at bishop d2, he was looking at bishop e4, he was looking at knight d4, and eventually when he went down on time, he panicked and misclicked.
I feel so bad.
But now the rook is hanging hanging down. He has hanging his rook, but Rubius doesn't see it. He doesn't have time.
Oh, are we gonna get Queen E4, Knight H4, Queen A8 mate? Is Rubius gonna see this? Oh, Rubius, no, Rubius!
The back rank checkmate. Levy, have I told you about the G6 pawn earlier?
Anna, you were right.
I didn't
Anna,
want
you
to
were
be
right.
right. I didn't want to be right. I didn't want to be right.
My heart is broken. Mine
is also broken.
Oh.
This has been such an epic match. Both games have been really exciting, and we're gonna talk to the players about it in a moment. Levy, your thoughts?
Oh, yeah. I mean, what an unbelievable game. What an unbelievable match. I mean, it was back and forth. I feel so bad for Rubius because he deserves, he's had a chance to win at least one of these games. And the biggest difference maker is the experience factor. That's really all it comes down to, is that one of the players holds their nerves just a little bit longer, just a little bit better. But I think his chess career is off to a great start because, frankly speaking, you need to lose games like this. You will lose games like this that haunt you. And I think his career is off to a flying start. So don't go anywhere. We're going to take a short break, and then we will have both of the players and their thoughts. Pogchamps 3 presented by Grip 6. We'll be right back.
Haha, good one. Oh. Haha, good one. Oh. 1 minute for each player. Play commences now. Defending. He's slow. Actual dog water. Take. What a fuck up. Attacking. Can you guys take me off? Can you take me off Chess.com? Can you take me off the fucking website? Take me off the website! Get me off! Shit. I can still win. I can still win. Shit. Fuck. Okay. The fuck is he doing? What? Jesus. I had too much time to think. 30 seconds. All raw reactions. Shit. Shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is he doing? Oh, fuck. Oh god. Oh shit. Fuck. What? Still fucked on Mr. Beast. Are they not switching it off? I was hoping I had good timing. The only thing I got going for me is timing. You're supposed to switch off. Why are we? There's no timing if it's still on me. Chess.com. It's. You're my man's. Cuts like an. Hey guys. Make sure to Twitch Prime or something. Hope you're all having a good day today. Have you checked your ball?
Welcome back, everyone, to our coverage of Pogchamps 3 presented by Grip 6. We've got both of the players involved in this amazing match. I'll start with you, Daniel. As the winner, how do you feel about just the overall performance in the two games?
I'm relieved because he played so good. And I think, honestly, if he had more time, he probably would have won both games, right? Because, like, honestly, in the early, I'm like, okay, no problem here. I'm good. And all of a sudden, what? And then when I was white, I was just going to march up the right side. He's doing stuff on the left. I'm not paying attention. Nothing matters. And before I know it, boom, 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 boom. He's attacking me from like every area. And I realized like I was all crammed in and had nowhere to move. So like luckily at the end, he only had like 20 seconds or something. And he blundered his queen and a couple things there. But if he had more time, I don't know how I was going to win from white there after I screwed all that up. Gave away a freaking, what did I give away? I gave away a free knight.
Oh yeah. Oh, when you played, you mean bishop check on e6 and he went back with the knight and he took it that moment?
The one where I don't remember. I was up here at the top of the board and I basically just moved my knight for fun. And as soon as I did, I noticed that he could take back with his knight.
Rubius, your thoughts on the match? And we were fighting here with Levy because Levy has prepared Daniel. I've prepared you.
Yeah.
we were trying. Who is the better coach here? I'm very proud of how you played, and I think your preparation, the opening phase, was all great. What are your thoughts on these two games, and what do you think we can do better for next time?
Thank you. So my problem was today that since my matches from yesterday or 2 days ago with XQC, I now have trust issues, many trust issues, because when I played against XQC and I didn't see the check-in ones and stuff like that, that took a lot of confidence from me when I played today. So not knowing what to do, and that's why I think that I took more time to play today, because the other day I was playing much quicker, but today I was like watching at the clock and it was just like 20 seconds to finish the game, and I start getting nervous and stuff. And yeah, he also played really good. Like he was always attacking everything. I had like so many stuff planned in my head, and then when I was about to do the plan and finish it and win the game, he was there and stopped everything, all my plans. So yeah, GG's, man. Really good games.
Yeah, Rubius, I was gonna say, Anna and I were super impressed, first of all, by your preparation. Oh, I have another game that you played up. I don't know if it's this game, but in the very first game, you prepared against the Sicilian. You had a very good position. And there was a moment very early, you moved your knight back from f3 to d2. And you had such a good position, but then you moved it back. And I think that's what you're talking about. You had like, your instinct was good. You found the right move, but multiple times you said, I don't know, and then you would play the move that wasn't as good. So I feel like you've had great positions in 4 games. Your score is not reflecting because just like Daniel said, I mean, you were playing amazing chess, so don't be discouraged.
Thank you very much. And the openings were all thanks to Anna. She taught me those openings and she prepared me for these matches. So yeah, that's why I always start kind of good in these games, and then I go down from there. It's because Anna taught me like everything from the beginning, and I crush everything. Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth. You know it.
I really appreciate that you appreciate the preparation, but I wanted to say that you make really good moves and ideas in the middle game too. I was telling Levy that you have been following the Champions Tour coverage where Magnus competed, Hikaru competed, the top chess grandmasters in the world, and sometimes your moves are reflecting the level that top grandmasters play, the H4 pushes and very high level moves. I think it's because you're picking up on grandmaster games. You may not always know why you do those moves, but the ideas are there because you have been following top level chess tournaments.
I want to say real quickly that Anna is crushing me because first she's playing Pokemon to destroy my freaking game, not to fight. Everybody bites. She's like, no, here's what you do, and boom, before I know it, I lose. And now,
Daniel, it's not too late to change sides. I'm just saying.
Oh my God! I hope you're not. I hope you're not coaching QB XQC. In my next match because
no.
This morning I'm thinking about different opens. What am I gonna do? Because she's in my head. She knows all my games, studying me. It's like
she
poker.
does.
You have such a good read on me, and you're like ripping me apart. So I need to like get away from playing people coached by Anna.
Just fire Levy. I think that's the first step.
Geez, that second game we had fantastic preparation. And then I mean, Daniel, I said I would hire a legal team again when you started with pushing your pawns. I was like, that wasn't me. I just everything up to that point. I felt like
the thing to do.
But no, I mean the Sicilian what she played when she with the 2 center pawn advances. Yeah, that was great. And see now. What Daniel's going to do is he's going to go back and go, all right, no more of this Alpin. Because the Alpin's it's not like winning for white or anything. It's unpleasant, though, if you've never seen it before.
Yeah, I didn't know I was playing the Alpin. I didn't know what I was playing. I was just moving to where I thought it made sense.
My question was going to be, Rubius, to you. Obviously, there's a big element of this event with charity. And I'm just curious, if you've thought about if your cut or that what charities are on your radar, what are you thinking for the community? Because obviously you bring a whole nother region of the world to this event. So have you thought about that at all? I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I've been talking to my community and we both agreed to donate all the money to how do you say it in English? Shelters for dogs.
That's exactly how that's
like,
yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, okay. Like houses and shelter for dogs that have been abandoned here in Spain, and yeah, that's where everything is going to.
Daniel, I don't remember yours. I know we have this big graphic, but talk to me. What is your initiative?
Well, I'm playing for the One Drop Foundation. It's a foundation that was started by Guy Laliberté, who's famous for creating Cirque du Soleil. So if you've seen any shows in the strip, that was Guy. And what the One Drop Foundation does is it provides water wells, and it actually allows for, because listen, without water, we got nothing, right? And there's a lot of places in the world where people take a shower and brush their teeth with Coca-Cola because that's more accessible to them than actual water. And what they do is they help people to create water wells so that they're sustainable on themselves. Because I mean, without water, like literally, I can't imagine anything more important. And they do a really great job, and they have for many years. And I've been raising money for them, doing poker lessons, one-on-one for years and stuff. So I thought St. Jude's is another one that's near and dear to my heart. I run an event for them each year, but I noticed somebody else playing for them. So I thought, okay, let's give One Drop some love.
That was just that was going to be my follow-up. I know you've done multiple charities. I mean, if you type in, Daniel Negreanu charity, there's all sorts of foundations and initiatives that you're both, you specifically pledging to, but that's very, it's amazing to hear from both of you, and we can't thank you enough. That was
And I have one final question.
Yes, go ahead.
I was curious. Pogchamps brings together so many amazing people from all sorts of walks of life, very different professions and worlds. And I was curious, Rubius, do you have any poker experience? And Daniel, same question about Rubius.
About poker?
World. How much do you know about the gaming world? Yes, Rubius, do you play poker?
Yeah, I played a couple of times with my friends. I never played in a tournament or nothing serious like in Vegas and stuff like that. I just played with my friends for fun and with little money, not much money.
I can teach you some openings for poker.
I'm not that bad.
Some openings for poker. It'll be very easy.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, but I like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy poker. It's really cool.
Daniel, I think Anna was also asking how many video games have you played? You a big gamer or not too much?
So I got super into Hearthstone and then realized like I needed to quit because I was playing like I was playing 12 hours
is
a day.
amazing.
I just couldn't stop, like it was I wake up, it was like, give me more Hearthstone, stuff like that. As far as like first person
What class were you playing?
Huh? Oh, I played them all.
What class did you play?
I played everything. I mean, I played a shaman, I played mage, I played whatever. But I never like the first person shooters. I mean, maybe because I'm old boomer or whatever you want to call it, but like I get dizzy. I get dizzy. Boom, boom, change weapon, this and that. No idea what's happening.
Anna, that was an amazing last question. That was a good call. We should do more of these more often because we just have such a different, amazing eclectic mix of players. So, Rubius, Daniel, thank you for the games. That was fantastic. And
thank you guys.
Looking forward to hosting your next matches.
All the best for the rest. Good luck.
Yeah, see you guys.
See you later.
Let's take a look at, we've only got one more. We've only got one more match coming up here.
Yes, sadly we don't have sorry, I was cutting you there.
No, it's all good.
Unfortunately, XQC is still without electricity as far as we know, and that match will need to be postponed to a different day. So XQC versus Pokimane will be another date to be announced, the exact date depending on, of course, Felix's situation, electricity and internet-wise. We hope that everything will be all right soon, but we do have our third match of the day starting soon-ish. Well, not too soon. Levi, let's tell the viewers about our next plan and the schedule.
Yes, absolutely. We're going to give some love to our primary partner through this event. Pogchamps 3, as we keep saying, it's presented by Grip 6. So let's take a quick look at what they've got going on right now in cooperation with Chess.com. Well, I mean, I will say this, Anna. I just got a care package sent in from. I'm wearing the socks now. Luckily, we're not putting up my feet on the camera. Instead, you can take a look at the Grip 6 wallet, which is it's an aluminum minimalist kind of wallet. Holds your cards securely, and the ones we got have little horses on them or knights, and you can grip it to make the cards come out in an arrayed way. There's a lot of very nice benefits, all made in the United States. Belts, wallets, or socks. There's also an optional finger loop that, you can be fit to anybody's needs. What you need to do if you're watching right now is to go to go.chess.com/grip6, and you should use the code POGCHAMPS20 for 20% off for a limited time. That is what you should do right now. And what we will do is take one final look at what's coming up. We've got Nico and BenjyFishy. That's in about half an hour. And I think what we'll do before that is we'll preview some of their previous games. For now, a short break, and we'll be right back.
Will the bidet be mint? It might. Well, look, don't worry about what the bidet will be because it's not there yet. I beat Danny's bot. What now? Screenshot it and send it to him. I beg you, please get to the finals. Love from India. Yo, what is up, India? That's all you gave me. How's it going, country? Hope you have a good day today. I'll try to make it to the finals. I don't know. I think I have a good shot. I think I'll beat Code Nico. And I think I have a pretty good chance of beating Charlie. I've played Charlie before. Look, let me play his bot right now. I'll play Charlie's bot right now, and if I lose to Charlie's bot, this will tell us. Thank you, Kevin, for the 5 gifted. Charlie. Wait, does he not have a bot? No bot? No bot? Wow. Wow. Well, anyway, look at Code Miko's bot. Look how dirty they did Code Miko. This bot is the absolute most atrocious excuse for a chess player I've ever seen in my life. What the fuck is that? Computers trying to be bad makes them so much worse. Okay, let's get Custy. Okay, how? It can't be too bad, right? That was 8 moves, bro. Why'd you guys do Code Miko so dirty? The disrespect. This is not XQC's bot. Come on. Oh, my God, dude. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. There's no way. They do him too dirty with the bots, man, I swear. Look at her accuracy. It was 1. I have never seen that. I've never seen that in my life. I didn't know you could get a 1. I thought the opening move was always a book move. 1? What is that? 16% with a checkmate's pretty high. I mean, it's not too hard. 16. Look, I'm playing 16 times better than her. Anyway, this direct's coming up soon. We're waiting for this direct. Am I still there? They got rid of me? I'm still there. Oh, God. Guys, I don't have much to entertain you with. I wanted to do a 50-50, but they wouldn't let me. They wouldn't let me do the poll. I wanted to do a 50-50 for Chess.com. If you don't know a 50-50, have your streamer do this. You XQC frogs. Have them throw a poll on screen with 2 options, 1 and 2. And the goal is within a minute to get the poll exactly 50-50. Just beg your streamers to do this. And if you get it exactly 50-50, have them gift you 100 subs. Or just do it when they go to the bathroom. Free content. Yeah, we can do it, chat. I'll do one for real right now. We'll do one right now. I'll throw a poll on screen. I'll give you guys a minute. And then I gotta look at this react. So hopefully they're done with their shit, because I'm not looking at chess for a while. All right, your timer starts now. You gotta vote 1 or 2. Very simple objective. When the timer hits 0 and they have a sound play, an alarm that signifies the end of the timer, the poll needs to be exactly 50-50. I'm not talking the numbers 50-50. I'm saying these numbers need to be perfectly even. Because it's possible to get 50-50 but not actually have 50-50. Quick tip, if you're a mobile viewer, it is time to stop typing in chat. Mobile viewers, you guys are like 40 seconds behind. Just so you know, Rubius lost mobile viewers. Have a good day. 15 seconds. 100 gifted if you win. I'll give the 100 gifted to Chess.com's chat as well. 10 seconds. Clutch up. Clutch up. Get it. Get exactly 50-50. Oh. Wait, hold. Hold!
And I will show you that there is a cucumber, tomato.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for this fridge video. Can we go to chess?
Okay. I'll play you now. Okay, so basically, if only when you're a student, you don't have a lot of food, but it's a huge flex if you have food. Why does this feel like we're back in like fucking the 1700s or something, where food is like, you know, like we're food is a flex? Like, why does this make me feel like? Why does oh no, I'm on chess.com apparently. Oh god. Alright, wait, let's go to chess real quick. I think I'm on chess.com. We're just talking about a fridge.
Chess.com was my fridge.
What? That sentence doesn't make sense. Partage.
What?
Can we please speak okay English for the next 2 minutes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna match you real quick. Show the fridge to the viewers? No. They don't need to see the fridge.
Okay.
Okay, do we go?
So where do we go now?
960? No, I'm gonna match Partage. Cause
Yes.
this is my daily beat up Partage kind of stream.
There's
not too. Oh, actually, how about Levis can be the braid again?
Yeah, go pawn then.
Go pawn. Okay, wait. Let's play Sicilian.
Oh, then I don't know what to play. Go knight.
It's okay. You'll do fine.
Pawn.
Pawn. Okay.
I don't even know this.
Knight.
Knight. What is knight in this position, Levis? All right, I'm teaching
Yeah,
you. I'm gonna teach you.
I've never played Sicilian in my life.
That's okay.
It's
I'm
just
sure
like you
Bertosh
play.
hasn't either.
You play Roy Lopez every game.
I play the Sicilian. I'm not a one trick.
Oh yeah, because you cannot play Roy Lopez on black.
You can play e5, but
Yeah, go pawn.
okay.
Listen, chat. Overall, I'd like to say that...
Nie no, to serio była ta prawdziwa lodówka.
Nie no, to serio nie ma drugiej części, by the way. Też nie wiem, o czym mówiłaś.
Nie, no nie ma drugiej części.
A jest? No nie ma. Jest? No to mogę powiedzieć, że nie ma, no i kurwa, co ty robisz? I'm so confused.
Go knight.
Second.
Nie ma te.
Translation? Translator?
Oh, there's no part 2 of the fridge story.
There's no part 2
Go.
of this fridge story? Okay.
Go pawn.
Pawn, okay.
The fridge story has ended up with the part 1, and there won't be part 2.
Bishop.
Oh, it was only an accident.
It was only an accident. What does that
king.
mean?
You can
Bishop.
I mean, you see your fridge, you know? Okay, wait. Ale to słodkie, że Manianeczka tak się przyjmuje balkiem. F***wo do tej się przyjmuje.
Manieczka.
Welcome back to our coverage of Pogchamps 3 presented by Grip 6. Tragically, we will not have the most anticipated matchup potentially of the day between XQC and Pokimane because obviously of the internet situation and frankly just entire power grid situation going on in Texas. So we hope that XQC's doing okay. We do have the match coming up between BenjyFishy and Nico. And that matchup, Anna, we've pulled up a few games from round 1. Actually, for Myth, he's actually already played his second round against Sartosh. But let's take a look at this game between Benjy and Myth because it started very if you don't mind me just even pulling up to the opening, Benjy playing c4. Like that's
He's
rare.
the only participant, as far as I know, that plays the English opening. I was gonna suggest it to Nico. Interestingly, both Benjy and Nico have not the most common opening as their first choices. BenjyFishy with the English opening, and Nico loves the Birds opening. I think that's what we're gonna see between these two later.
So you think we'll get some c4 f5?
No, not here. That's what Nico plays with the white pieces, but these are not so common at beginner level. And as far as I know, the English opening is gonna be his main setup. I was watching a coaching session of Benjy with Grandmaster Jon Ludwig Hammer, and he was showing Benjy all the details and fine maneuver strategies in the English, possibly with the move Knight F3. So I think maybe because of this match, Jon Ludwig ended up suggesting that Benjy could start with Knight to F3 and then C4. Or later pushing c4.
Yes, exactly. And by the way, for anyone confused in the chat, the match is actually in about 20 minutes. So prior to that, we were going to go through some of the players' first round games. Benjy played Myth, and from this English opening, Myth actually, despite having a lot less experience, like for example, Myth hasn't played, he didn't play in between his Pogchamps games, but Benjy, I couldn't even find the Pogchamps game. So he's played dozens of games in between his Pogchamps matchups, which just shows you how dedicated this guy is. And he's, you know, he primarily plays Fortnite. He's dominant in Fortnite. But Anna, you said Jon Ludwig. I know who that is. But just to reiterate with the chat, we're talking about a guy who was at the top of Norwegian chess. And if you don't know, Norway is the home of the world champion, potentially one of the greatest players of all time, yet to be seen as his career finishes, Magnus Carlsen. And that is who's Jon Ludwig, who was he's like maybe number 3 or number 4 currently in Norway, is training Benjy.
Yeah, and that's exactly the situation. Grandmaster Hammer himself lost Fortnite, so I think that's the connection. Fortnite is the game, chess and Fortnite, the bridge between these two. And for I guess I'm not sure actually, but I was guessing that the Fortnite connection is the one where these two found each other. I'm very happy to see though that Hammer can be helping Benjy with his chess skills, and maybe then Benjy will help Hammer with his Fortnite skills, because for sure there's room for improvement. Just saying, Hammer, just saying.
Well, what? Jesus, Anna suggested I get fired earlier. Now Hammer's terrible at Fortnite. You know what? I'm just gonna pile it right on top of that. Myth was winning on move 4 of this game, or move 5. It is very, very rare. You can play the English opening, one of the most positionally sound and solid openings, and be dead lost on move 5. So here's the thing. If Nico doesn't just fly through the opening and observes, and obviously, let's put it this way, I'm sure Hammer and Benjy have figured out the small holes in his repertoire. She can punish Benjy, but you've worked more with Nico. I know a little bit about her chess. I've seen her play against Alexandria and Andrea. Can she pause at key moments and be like, wait a minute, I've got a good thing going on here? How's her confidence? Do you think she's going into this feeling good, coming off that good showing against Sartosh?
I think she's confident, but what was an issue for her in that match against Sardosh is that she was playing sometimes too fast, and she knows that that's an issue, so we're gonna try to play today slower. It's easier said than done, because Nico described it as it's her impatience. She wants to make a move. She wants to go. So I hope that she will pause today more often, but her intuition is amazing. I think Nico is one of those intuitive players that even if she doesn't know the opening, she has a feeling for going for a setup that's sound. It may not be the perfect setup, but it's sound. And she has played so many games that I feel like that experience certainly helps to build that intuition on what makes sense and what doesn't make sense.
Once Benjy did get out of the opening and kind of got his setup, he started playing B3. It's obviously, I'm sure that Hammer has built upon that initial foundation, and he said whether or not they're going to play E4, maybe they're going to keep this pawn back here and then advance on the queen side. It feels like it's going to be a very positional and closed game, because that's what the English is. I mean, unless the sides clash right away. But do we like that at this level? Because I believe in the complete opposite. I want to open the board for the player. So it's a totally different clash of styles. What are your thoughts?
I agree with you that I feel like on a beginner level, it's more natural to try to open up the position and have an open position. So choose openings that open up the position. That's why we try to suggest openings that would enter in a middle game that's not this closed. Here, if you observe the position, no pawns have been traded, no pieces have been traded, and that makes it more difficult for someone just starting out with chess to understand what do they need to play for. These are the type of middle games when you may get very lost in, okay, where do I put my rooks? There's not a single open file. So it's going to be the question of trying to picture what pawn break, such as d5, could come in the future, and then how do I need to place my pieces so that it benefits when the pawn goes to d5 and the opposition finally opens up.
Yeah, like Myth actually did something completely insane in this. I said this was the most advanced 500 rated technique I've ever seen in my life. Knight to e7, c6, d5. I was like, excuse me? You're 495, and you saw going back with your knight to play c6. Like, what? Why are you 490? What are you, insane? I mean, the guy found this pawn break maneuver, which just shatters open the position. A little bit more precision, he could have had a big advantage, but he had a tactical opportunity. Where was it? Right here, where e4 is just, it's game over. I mean, literally just game over because of how powerful this bishop is, and the rook comes into d2.
These are difficult to spot, but I always try to emphasize to our Pogchamps students and to the viewers in general when I'm trying to be educate my audience, the few times I'm instructive on stream, is that if you look at the unprotected pieces in your opponent's camp, those can be major clues. Here the b2 bishop is unguarded, the e2 knight is also unprotected, and if you notice how there's a pattern that would attack both, the rook coming to d2. You cannot do it straight away because the knight will capture you. So that's another hint that if you could chase that knight away or trade it, but in this case, trading doesn't help you too much because after bishop takes f3, the knight is guarded. So those are some of the clues you can pick up on in any position, not just here. What we are teaching is a pattern on how to spot these patterns. Oh, that's an unprotected piece. And the other one too, I wish I could attack both.
Yes, exactly right. And you know, the layers of this become really fascinating. Like, for example, bishop takes, and then e4. And this looks really good because if bishop g2, rook d2, it looks very nice. But let's not forget that this kind of opens up the attack on this knight. So rather than white just kind of falling over and dying here and being like, all right, you got me, you've got bishop takes f6, which is so important. It's so important for someone watching, for the enjoyment of the show, and also to pick up certain moments. If you're ever outmatched, don't just go into it thinking you've already lost the game. You'll get hit with a move like rook d2, and be thinking, oh, there it is. There's my blunder. Oh, I've been waiting. No, just bishop takes knight. The game goes on. Game's going to go on for a while. Or you could go here and lose your knight, and that's the end of it. So the board doesn't care about how you feel. The board is the board. You have to play the board. So, you know, bishop takes f6, there's the best move. Nico versus Sardoshesti. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, but was a wicked game. That was an insane game. The second one, the bird opening. Now, is she familiar with how dangerous e5 is?
We shall see that.
For the chat, I don't know how many of you know this story, Anna. I'm sorry if you've heard it before, but I'll give the little anecdote. I knew of a school who prepared their kids in f4, which they should all have been fired for because you just weaken your king. Anna, do you know this story?
I haven't heard of it.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so there was a national championship in the United States where a coach taught his students f4. Black responded with e5. The school had prepared this, and white didn't know what to do because they thought they had to go here, and then develop. White went, well, I got to guard my pawn. By the way, these kids are 5. So black goes takes, gets mated. The kid comes back crying in tears. I can't believe it. I trusted my coach. I lost in 3 moves. So coach said, all right, listen, next time you get this, you have to take. And then you've got to play knight f3, g3, bishop g2, blah, blah, blah. A couple of rounds later, this poor child gets this on the board again and goes, I trusted my coach. Bam. Now I know what to do. Other kid goes queen h4 check. Kid goes, well, I can't move my knight now, so let me go g3. Anna, do you know what the other kid plays? Bishop e7. The coach prepared his kid in the oh no, my queen variation, and the poor student with white lost again, but this time in 5 moves or 6 moves.
Goodness me. And I thought we were having this inner battle of who is the better coach at Pogchamps. This is the real battle.
Well, this is not even the real battle. The coach from the school with the black pieces needs a raise. The coach from the school playing with the white pieces needs to never teach chess ever again, frankly, because the reality of the situation is this is way too dangerous. It's just way too dangerous, but you gotta know what you're doing against e5, and you know, you can turn it into a king's gambit if you know what you're doing. But I'm scared if someone prepares this against Nico. Oh man, do you think Hammer might? Nico, if you're watching, get some quick prep on this. I really hope not.
We shall see. We shall see if it happens. And this game against Sardosh, even though Sardosh didn't play e5, he went for c5, more natural. c5 or d5, I think, are the first instinct moves that one would play if you have never seen the bird's opening, and both of them are fine. And then Nico went for this very original idea of pushing g4. That's all her intuition and just creative ideas. Pushing g4 was not part of our plan, but she trusts herself, and that's what I like about her, that she doesn't shy away from going for something that she may not have seen. So this was all inspiration.
And by the way, one thing that made this so okay for her is the fact that Sardosh played a very non-confrontational approach. He just focused on his own development. Look how long they went without. That is the first confrontation. What move is it? And then there was a trade. But if he had played, for example, e5, all of a sudden they've both got things to worry about. And this entire game, Anna, was a really good game, especially right here. This e5, e4 by Nico. This was excellent.
And again, this position was really, it started out as a very closed position, but as soon as it opens up after e4, all these pawn breaks will favor white, because suddenly a knight is about to appear on e4. If you take on f4, bishop takes f4, a developing move that again is benefiting white's structure, white's setup. So suddenly it is Sardosh who has to be very careful here. He ended up taking on f4, which I think is helping Nico further. And then rook a7 was a creative way for Sardosh to step out of the long diagonal. May not have been the best, but I think it was a good practical attempt.
But this, I mean, this whole idea, this rook became the hero. This was fantastic. Look at this, activating the rook, utilizing the forward knight movement. Nico blunders, but stays in the game. Now, this was really advanced, what happened here. This was amazing. And then just taking with bishop b7. Just incredible board vision. Like, look at that.
Yes, the tactics that Sardosh has calculated here were spot on. The rook lift from a6 to g6, and then how he exploited these tactical patterns. What surprised me later in the endgame is that it felt like it should be very easy to win, but Nico didn't give up. So her fighting spirit is the one that gave her, I think, the chances. It looks like this is curtains. Black is 2 pieces up. And of course, it's a decisive advantage. You should be winning soon. But since there was no immediate checkmate, the game kept going. King e3, the king is running away.
Yeah, we went an entire other phase of the game. And at this point, you start losing the thread. Your time is low. Your nerves are high. You're like, why haven't I put this game away? And then blunders. I mean, the bishop on h1 gets abandoned later. And Nico is he's just chilling. She's like, you can't beat me. All right, I'm going to stay in the game. Oh.
And the bishop was gone. So up until that moment, Sardosh played, I think, very practically and well the end game. But after knight takes h1, it's no longer easy to convert this.
Yes, and the king has to come, and then the pawn has to go together, but he simply never did that. He picked up the second pawn, which looks right, but because the king can come back, and she just figured it out. She just, with no time, and of course here, there's a way you can sacrifice the knight. King and knight versus king is a draw, but she does this, and by the way, there was one more moment here. Forgot where it was. Knight f1. Yeah, that's why you always look for checks. And this is just winning.
For a split second, it was winning again for Sardosh because the king cannot stop both pass pawns.
So, I mean, this is an interesting matchup today because Sardosh is a little bit stronger than Benjy, but we'll see what Benjy has come prepared with. If Nico has white and Benjy comes with some sort of crazy prep, it could go awry very quickly. But if not, then it's going to be nice and competitive. On that note, why don't we take a look at our full standings thus far? Group A, it's no surprise, our early tournament favorite as well. There obviously is also Rainn Wilson. I think he and Sardosh are about the same. But can this, Anna, be a matchup for who makes it out of this side? Because if Nico beats Benjy, she'll make it out. I mean, Sardosh is going to beat everybody, right? I'm assuming. I don't know. Maybe Benjy with the upset at the end. But
Sardosh is the favorite in Group A for sure. Myth put up a really good fight yesterday against Sardosh, but overall Sardosh has been completing the task of scoring a win in each and every match of his too so far. So I agree with you that if Nico wins this match, this would be still an open race for who's gonna qualify. Top 2 qualifies to the championship bracket, bottom 2 goes to the consolation bracket.
And I mean, obviously, as our action continues to roll along here, who do we think are going to be the top 2? What are your predictions from each group? I want you to
Each
predict.
group, you're putting me on the spot. I'm gonna say my students. Nico is winning today. Can I be so again for the next 30 seconds? I'm a coach. Nico is gonna win, and she's qualifying. Group B, I want to see Pocky and Rubius qualifying. I don't know how we're gonna get there. There's only one match left for Rubius, and Pocky will play against XQC once everything is all right for Felix as well, and he will have the conditions to have electricity and internet. We are hoping that it's gonna be fine for him soon, that everything will be fine. But on a more serious note, Group B, Daniel looking great with those 2 wins already. So it's gonna be everything. I think there depends on the match between XQC and Pocky. If Pocky can win that match, she has a chance to qualify to the championship bracket. If XQC wins, then it's already decided, I think.
Yeah,
I mean, it's terrible, but that would be already 2 wins for XQC.
There's it's crazy because if XQC, you never know. I mean, he's a freestyle kind of guy. He'll show up and bust out some wild opening and then turn it into a dogfight and survive mate in 1 and then go on to win a beautiful endgame. If he can stay out of trouble and trust his instinct, he's a tough matchup for anybody. And in particular with Daniel, we just saw 2 games where he fought and he fought and he fought and he managed this time well. And it was being clutch at the end. Rubius, Anna, has been winning in 4 games.
I know.
That's the craziest thing. It's so unfair. Chess is such a brutal game.
Yeah, I feel so bad for him for that. And he said that in the interview that he has trust issues. I think he meant that he doesn't trust himself that much, that he's not as confident, and he lost so much time. He spent so much time because he's double checking everything just in case he's making a mistake, since he had winning chances against XQC and missed it. Now he doesn't want to miss his chance, but that took a lot of time usage from him in today's match. So I agree with you. It's sad that those were 4 winning positions, but time is part of the game. So if he can deal better with time pressure, he'll improve a lot.
For Group C, obviously, Rainn Wilson looking nice and peachy there. The question is between really if Tubbo can pull off something crazy or if some shuffling can go on between Tubbo and Logic. I feel for Michelle because, you know, she's got this big chess project going on, and she was put into just a rough group, but I think that she can definitely consolidate the openings. And if she doesn't get caught with some crazy rook attack early, she should be in good shape, especially because we saw Tubbo. The nerves were just crazy. I mean, he was just all over the place early on. Now, Logic is a stoic man. Logic cannot be bothered.
And that's gonna be a matchup for tomorrow in this group. Again, I see him tomorrow.
Oh, well, there you go. I think I have the call tomorrow, unless I got fired while doing this gig, but we'll see. It's either with you or Hikaru. I haven't checked. Or maybe Alexandra will be back. We're hoping.
I think I'm here tomorrow, so maybe we're just gonna stay here and on the entire channel. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, by the way, and you will not want us to be fired.
Yes, well, you want me to be fired as a coach, but not as a commentator. Not yet.
I was gonna be hosting with Alex today. I was like, this is my moment with my bestie. Alex and I have been such good friends for so long.
Damn! Wow! And that right when they go full cam.
Besties.
They went full cam right as we talked about. We didn't even have the scoreboard. We didn't even finish Group D. It's fine. Ludwig and Moist. Nobody cares about Ludwig. But Moist, man, we didn't give Chess Jesus any respect. So there's
Moist, Critical, and Ludwig. Speaking of that group, are the clear favorites there. But then, even after that, the consolation bracket will be very, very challenging. And as Ludwig said, maybe more eyes will be on the consolation bracket.
Yes. Listen, Rubius is carrying so many amazing people to the show, and he's looking like an early favorite to win the consolation bracket. If we give him a redemption match against the winner of the champions bracket, he might even have good chances. He's looking unbelievable, just absorbing chess like a sponge. Anna was saying, watching Champions Tour. We are about to watch our final match of the day. We've got BenjyFishy and Nico coming up from Group A of the tournament. Pogchamps 3 presented by Grip 6. The match will begin when we get back.
What? And you are like, you're very considerate, and you really like try to make people feel special. So honestly, I think you're doing amazing as both a person, a streamer, and also, you know, as Kotek, you know, whatever it is. So like, I think you're doing fine. I think you're doing great. I'm not flaming you. I think you are absolutely awesome as a person, and I wish you the best of luck for your relationship.
Okay, thank you very much, Nemo. I feel like for first time I've heard something positive from you about my person. Really.
I can be nice. I can be nice sometimes. I promise. I can be nice occasionally.
Okay. I feel the way. I feel the way. When you are nice, you just showing me that you are not interested in my person, and you say, okay.
Okay, but it's not about me.
Like you,
It's not about me. It's about. Like, it doesn't matter what I think. Do you understand? It doesn't matter what I think about you. That's not the point.
Okay, I was joking. I was joking because chat said that you are just so kind to tell me that I should go. I think it was true. I felt
think
like
you should go. I think you should go.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, don't worry. When I come to Poland, I'll bring like I'll make sure to bring something for both of you.
Okay, thank you very much. Also, okay, thank you. Okay, I think we can end up the stream.
Bye. I'm cutting the call. Alright, see you. Go. Have fun.
See
Bye.
you. Thank you very much.
Alright, see you, Levis. Bye. Oh my god. Hello, Chess TV. I'm sorry. Okay, by the way, it wasn't me friend zoning him. Okay, it wasn't me friend zoning him. That's not what happened. I just want to explain. That is not what happened here. That is. There's a lot of context that was skipped when you guys came in, alright? So, you guys don't need to hear the context. You guys do not need to hear the context. It was just one of my friends. You guys know how chat can be. Chat wants to see something happen. But like nothing was happening. Like literally nothing. It was not about me. The whole conversation was not about me, okay? That was just one of my friends. His name was Bartosz. He's from Poland, so I'm like an half English, half Polish variety streamer. I mean, I'm not Polish for the most part. It's just we were doing a collab with my Polish friends. Anyways. It has nothing to do with me. That's all you need to know. Okay? Okay, I'm quarter Polish. There we go. Happy? It was not about me, guys. I am very, very, very happy being completely single Very happy about that. Making me dab. Hello. Tak, ja mówię po polsku. So, ooh, that was rough. Like, I just wanted him to leave because the conversations was getting so awkward. Like, it was just getting so awkward that I had to, like, you know, yo, Levis, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for doing Hand and Brain with me today. Oh. Yeah, it was, no, I am not jealous. I am not jealous. I want him to be very happy in his relationship. Like I said, I am extremely happy being single. The single life is honestly awesome. Not everybody, nobody, like, you don't need somebody in your life, you know, to be happy. Like, you can be content on your own. And being happy on your own. Partage, thank you so much for the raid. Cheki Zareda, Ishema. Hello everybody, how you guys doing? What is up? Guys, all I want to say is that I just want Partage to be happy in his life. And I have no part to do with this life. It's just him. He's chilling. He is vibing, okay? I'm really happy for him. I'm very, very happy for him, all right? I'm super happy for him. I hope everybody can just focus on their own relationships because you wish you could be Partage, since none of you guys can get a girlfriend. So, like, honestly, you guys have more to learn than like anybody else, okay? So I hope you guys actually use today's stream to learn how to pick up girls or guys or whatever, or whoever, all right? None of my business at all. I just want people to be happy, but also at the same time, you don't need to be in a relationship to be happy. It's okay if you're happy on your own. Understood? No caps in the chat, guys. No caps in the chat. I'm serious about this. I'm serious. Like, I don't... Like, I know I flame a lot of the time. But it's totally okay to not be in a relationship. However, if you are in a relationship, I just want both of you to be very happy. Just like Partage, which has nothing to do with me. I just want people to be happy. So honestly, whether or not you got a significant other, consider, if you like somebody, consider sending them a video of your fridge, because it worked for a certain someone. And I honestly want to get like a people clap. Can we get like a people clap in the chat? No caps, no caps. No joke. This actually worked. This fully worked. Yo, Shaggy, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. Thank you. This is like my most cringe piece of content. It's not even supposed to be content. I don't even know how we got on this topic. But guys, look, alright? Happiness isn't about being with somebody else. It's not about somebody else being there to make you happy. You have to make yourself happy. And if you can't do that, then it's not the person that you want to be with. It's not their issue or fault or anything like that. Make sense? Yes, chat? This entire conversation stemmed from the fact that a certain somebody sent a certain somebody else a video of their fridge. I didn't friend zone him. I don't want to date. You guys do not. It had nothing to do with me, because it's not what I'm about. That's like, I don't like. I'm not trying. Like, we never wanted. Oh my god. Oh, this is a nightmare. This is just like a fucking nightmare. Like, I'm not trying to date anybody.
Welcome back, everyone, to our coverage of Pogchamps 3 presented by Grip 6. We're starting off here with our community outreach panel. And if you don't know about this yet, this is an initiative which actually was a big appeal for some of the players participating, that Chess.com is going to match up to $100,000 of your donations. We've got over 5,000 already. Earlier today, Chipotle Sensei donated $1,000. There's a donate button under the video player. For example, you can use the command charity, but when we say use the command charity, every single person in the chat types an exclamation point charity. That sadly is not the donation.
But it's a good first step.
It's a good start.
It's a good first step.
Yes.
Let's use the command and then click on the link in order to go to the donation page. Every single penny matters, and every donation up to $100,000 will be matched by Chess.com. So your donation will be doubled, and all that money goes to the 16 charities that the participants have chosen, depending on what place they finish. The percentages were shown in the previous graphics.
We've got the graphic up there exactly. We'll bring it back there in a second to just kind of explain what exactly that means. But we've got the master sheet here of where everybody will donate. XQC is going to surprise us. He's hoping to win the entire event and then let us know. Very nice graphic, by the way. I'm just going to say the graphics team, beautiful. Look at, like, we got the 100 Thieves, we got the Luminosity there, we got Energy. I'm talking about the orgs everybody's signed to. Some of these orgs I've never heard of. I've never heard of, for example, Rubius. I mean, Foundation Altariba. What is Stone Pillow? No Kid Hungry, and obviously St. Jude's, Humane Society. I credit to some of these participants to giving to charities that I've literally never heard of in my life. So
absolutely great initiatives and great choices. Some of them are local, some of them are international, but all of this money goes to the right place. All of these charities, I think, are definitely worthy of their support and your support, because this is a call to action. This is you guys, the community, coming together. We have done this already so many times with Levi on Hikaru's channel, but now this is our call to action here on the official Pogchamps coverage, that you can contribute to this by using !charity in the chat. Click on the link and that takes you to the donation page. Any dollar, any euro, or whatever currency you want to donate matters, and it will be matched by Chess.com.
Yep. And we will be reading off some of the big ones. We've got the team here literally live reporting to me who's given what. That's how I knew about Mr. Sensei. God, that's quite a name, Chipotle Sensei. I mean, so many of these people are involved in multiple charities. I mean, Resonate donated, I think it was $100 a couple of days ago to our charity initiative, and he gave 3,000. Like, it's nuts. People give a little bit, and then they join this initiative, and it's the coolest thing about this Pogchamps event is there are 16 different charities, all of which will be receiving something. We know that whatever place the players get, that certain percentage will go to the charity of their choosing. So everyone's going to get, it's not like it's not a top heavy field. This entire event was intended to bring together some of the biggest creators in the world, put chess on the map like no one ever thought possible, and at the same time, give to those who need it, whether they're humans or animals in the case of Rubius.
Indeed.
He's not the animal. He's giving to the dogs.
Full disclaimer there by Levi. You really want to avoid those court cases today.
Yeah. I've hired the legal team to get me out of the G4 responsibility. But listen, it's 2021 and we're in the United States. Canceling is a big thing. If we were over in Ireland and in Europe somewhere, I might not. But I have to preface that is not what I'm just saying that he's going to build dog shelters. Incredible. I watched Mr. Beast's YouTube video yesterday where he adopted 50 dogs and like gave them all out to people. It was amazing. So that's great. We have a dog here on the block that we see every day, multiple times a day. Her name is Rosie. We know Rosie. So that's just a little bit about my life, Anna. You know any animals by name in your local neighborhood?
No, unfortunately not, and I would love to have a dog. We have seen so many of the participants with their pets today. Both Daniel, maybe Daniel's cat, I didn't see this time. During the coaching session with you, Daniel's cat was the hero of the story for quite a few minutes, and you were a bit late to notice it, Levy, that the entire audience was obviously talking about the cat in the chat. Rubius's cat also made an appearance today on the broadcast, helping
I love
Rubius
cats.
find
Love
some of
cats.
those.
Would you have a cat or a dog?
I'm a dog person, but I love cats and dogs. I've had cats and dogs as a kid, and I think any cute companion, any animal companion is nice, especially during these challenging times when most of us need to stay at home. We hope you guys are safe. Stay safe, stay home, and we're gonna get through this one day.
We will. We will. I love that. I saw a couple of white people happies, but I want to see a whole chat of them because that's frankly what this is all about. I'm waiting to give Nico a follow on Chess.com. Still waiting. She's not on yet. BenjyFishy is online.
She's just getting ready for the match. I think she had a few issues with the stream, but kudos to her for creating an atmosphere where she could compete from. If I'm not mistaken, she had to travel to a different state.
That's where she is. It's on the screen. The Cash App compound. The 100 Thieves.
Yes, the 100 Thieves. She is a streamer for 100 Thieves, but she's usually in Texas. And the same thing happened to her yesterday, what happened to XQC. So she drove to California, from what I know, and now she's at the headquarters of 100 Thieves so that she could participate today in her match.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding. I think that's what happened.
She drove Texas to Cali?
Well, I mean, I don't know how. Maybe it's not. Is it driving distance? How far is that?
She must have flown. Are you kidding me? She drove?
Okay, maybe she said travel. Now I don't remember her message. She said she was gonna go to
she biked.
California.
That is how dedicated it was. She got on the bike.
She walked.
Okay, that's a little bit more. I mean, I feel like that's a little bit unbelievable. She'd be in like Nevada right now, I feel,
Yeah.
But wow.
I might be mistaken with the verb she used, but she had to travel, that's for sure.
She went to the other side of the country to play chess? I don't even love chess that much. I would have just called out sick. Sorry, guys. Snow. You know how it goes. I mean, oh my God, it's dedication. She's gotta make it work. I mean, that is unbelievable.
I think in general, it's just very difficult that she said she had no electricity, no power. And if she has family in California, I think that was the best solution overall for them to just, your everyday things too, if you're able to go to your family's place.
We will ask. No, I mean, what she did was just exceptional. I obviously know that Chad is going to troll XQC. I mean, if she did it, he could do it. But like, the point is that, I mean, no, take it from me. If I was in Texas right now, I would not go anywhere. I wouldn't even drive to a neighborhood that had it if I didn't know somebody. I mean, like, if I was thinking, actually, I was like, what would happen if I totally lost like all my power? And I don't know. I mean, hotel in another state with a laptop? I guess. I don't know. I just don't love chess that much.
And all of these participants that we are talking about, XQC, Nico, they stream almost every single day, if not every single day. It's their full-time job to be a content creator. Imagine not having electricity when it's part of your work.
Oh,
I mean, electricity and internet in that case.
Yesterday, I had this bottle, this kind of like brand new, like little stainless steel thing for water. And I was sitting here and I knocked it over and it spilled all over my desktop tower. Like, this is the most expensive item I own. This is where all of the base of operations is. And I just drenched it in water. And I sat here and I was like, my whole career might have just disappeared. Like, right. And I didn't even know what to do because I couldn't, it's in the corner. So what am I going to do? Pull it out? Like, it's going to get all the water. So I just went in there with a bunch of paper towels, unplugged everything. It seems to be working. But Anna, you bring up a good point.
That sounded like you were going to create your own power shortage in New York. Imagine it just, all the electricity is gone because of goddamn chess.
I don't know about that much power. I will say, were we talking about Hurricane Sandy off air before I don't remember when we were having that conversation. Yes. It feels like right before, right? Yeah. when Hurricane Sandy struck New York City, like half of Manhattan was just black completely, like totally. And I remember I went to Manhattan just to walk around, and it was surreal. It was like a video game. It was all dark, not a soul. Jeez, this is some scary stuff. But luckily, New York's been kind of okay since then. And on that note, we seem to have a game soon.
Yes, the players, I believe, are ready now, and Nico was making sure that her stream too is ready since she is streaming from a new location. We really appreciate that she did all this effort to be able to show up today. And the birds opening, her favorite opening, is on the board.
Yes. F4, D5, and let's go, Nico. Knight F3. Does she know about? Is she gonna go H3 again, or is she gonna do G3, Bishop G2?
I may have told her a different setup, not H3. But let's see if she...
Oh.
I was gonna tell you, let's see if she had time to review it because she was traveling and she didn't have electricity. We were gonna have a lesson yesterday, but then the whole thing happened. She traveled. So I'm not even sure if she got my video.
By the way, can you just give some credit to Anna, who's literally recording mini videos to send to her students? Like that is unbelievable dedication. I was thinking to do that with Daniel earlier. I screen recorded, so my face wasn't there, but you screen record, like your whole face is there. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, I try to do my best to coach them, even if they cannot have a lesson. And in Nico's case, it was very unfortunate. Oh, thank you. But I'm afraid in this case it didn't work. So I'm hoping that Nico will find a way to get out of this.
The pawn, but the truth is, whoa, Benjy's he's not even interested. All right, this is gonna be crazy. Let's take a look. Let's see what Nico's thinking about. Oh, Nico, this is an interesting setup.
Pretty good.
Can we not hear her, or?
Thinking. You can see my screen, guys, so I can't, I'm not trying to, like, give away what I'm gonna do, but maybe.
Well, we can, or it's all over the place.
Is it cutting out, or?
Interesting. Okay, she plays King F2, which actually isn't like, this is the weirdest opening we've had thus far, but if she just puts her king to G1, she's doing perfectly fine.
Yeah, she has castle that she wants to go G4, and
Nico
he's already grabbing the G pawn.
Nico, stop! Don't go G4. You did the king is great.
I usually have music on. 100.
I think her microphone is cutting out, or she has pushed to talk. But at least we see her stream and
Nick and I
her.
didn't have water. We didn't have food. I mean, we had food, but we had to cook it. Like, we're not gonna eat raw food unless we had to. But
Oh, she's yeah. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, she's talking about the reasons why they had to travel.
That's nuts. Yeah,
and we are here just in the comfort of our homes, preparing calmly for the matches. She had to go to a different part of the United States just so that they would have those basic needs.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm gonna make sure that when I sign with an org, it's gonna be if another pandemic, God forbid, or a snowstorm happens, you can house me. That's gonna be in the contract, like contractually obligated. If I show up, I got a bed, I got a kitchen, I got streaming set up. Otherwise, I'm not signing.
It seems to be a good idea considering the current situation.
Yeah, because it's so brutal to have to do that. I mean, she could have just very easily been like, I'm good. Make my match in a couple days. We also need to give some credit to Benjy, who's playing a fantastic game of chess right now.
Yes, he didn't take that pawn on f4, went knight g3 instead, but afterwards he went for a very logical setup. He has developed most of his pieces already, and the evaluation bar is already showing advantage for him, quite some advantage.
Primarily due to the dark squared weaknesses. Probably black just goes d4 at some point and then opens up the bishop and maybe bishop f6. But it's a very, oh, she's got to see queen f4 and she plays very quickly. Nico, be careful. Push your last pawn. It's the only pawn that hasn't been pushed.
I think she was looking at a d pawn and then she pushed c4.
No.
The idea is good, but she's not in time to place a piece on e5 if the pawn is captured now on f4.
Yes, queen takes f4. Looks like white can play knight e5 there, attacking the queen and attacking the knight. But black has a check, and that is actually the major drawback of playing g4 h3. And the pawn should be back here, so just gotta regroup. But Benjy's taking his time. Also, d4 is a very good move, right? Because you shut out the bishop, and then your bishop is alive, and yeah, Benjy plays it.
I think he was just double checking to make sure that there's no discovered attack against his queen. As you pointed out, it's very important that after knight to e5, queen to e3 or g3 are checks, and that check makes sure that the queen escapes. With a forcing move, then you can capture the knight on e5.
Yeah, she's looking around. She's kind of doing the thing where, you know, you click a little bit, and then you find a move. You see the possibilities. And she's played e4.
Ooh. That unfortunately invites the queen check on g3 to then pick up the h3 pawn with a check too. This is getting very dangerous for her king.
Yes, queen g3 is very good. There is the saving grace of opening up the queen to attack the knight and then hitting the two bishops, but I mean the real issue is that the pawns were pushed in front of the in front of the king. If the g pawn was on g2, it would be good.
Yeah, I wonder how much of a distraction it is for her that she's literally trying to troubleshoot why her microphone is not sounding on stream. So she's in the middle of a technical troubleshooting on air while she's playing a chess game, and that must be a bit of a difficulty when you need to focus on this position.
Yeah, one of the reasons we have like the crop all the way to the left is because she has the chessboard on the screen. So she probably had to set up an entire overlay too. I mean, she's literally, she just set it up and she's like window capturing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
she's still setting up her stream as they are playing.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy.
I think she has fixed her microphone at least, so that's good news for the viewers that will be able to listen to Nico.
Has she? There's only one way to find out. It's funny because we adjusted the volume. She hasn't said anything yet, though. Don't think she's not. It's very dramatic, but let's try to focus on the chess. Let's give a little bit of
chill.
Oh, okay, yeah, it seems
Chess and chill. Yes, her microphone is working, so we are happy that she managed to fix it.
Yeah, chat. I think after this I might play some League of Legends, and then I might play some I don't know. I'm gonna have JHB over because he is here at the compound, so might as well like.
Speaking of which, bishop c1 is a great move, and
you know,
we'll see if Benjy can find queen g3 and knight c3. Benjy's really good, dude. Like he is on point. And I don't know what that game that Nico was talking about. Only chess exists. All other games don't exist. I think it's just adding, you know.
Of course, we have never heard of League of Legends or Fortnite.
Yeah.
They're great games, and we're gonna see after the match a bit of League of Legends with Nico as well. Unfortunately, this position is very difficult for her, but Benjy has to find queen to g3 check. That is the winning move. Basically, it's a winning move because it moves again the queen away with a check, and then you have time to take on c3 or h3. There will be so many winning moves after king h1. The position for white is collapsing.
Yeah, the king goes to h1, and now knight takes knight, and the light squared bishop. Also, Benjy could throw in queen h3, knight h2, and then knight c3, which is very clean and clinical. I'm actually not sure Benjy is the underdog against Sardosh. I'm ready to make the bold claim that I actually think that Benjy can win that matchup.
And he's preparing for it very seriously. From what I have seen on the channel of his coach, Grandmaster Ludwig Hammer, they have set up a training match where his opponent was playing the openings of Sardosh.
Are you kidding me?
No, they are taking this very seriously.
I hope
we
Hammer's getting
coaches.
paid.
We are bad coaches. Where are the training matches we set up?
I mean, someone's got to be giving Hammer a little bit of cash for this. I mean, this is unbelievable. This man is turning Benjy into just a chess project. It's actually funny. There was Benjy tweeted about chess in early January. Maybe even December, and we exchanged a couple messages where he said that he had watched one of my openings videos. He doesn't play that opening anymore, so that just maybe I should be fired. Maybe I should be fired.
Which opening it was? If we can ask?
I don't remember. It might have been the King's Indian. Actually, I don't know if he plays the King's Indian or not anymore, because he in this game he played the anti-bird.
Yeah.
So he maybe he does, but there's a lot of good openings out there. And in the hands of the right player, Benjy is he's really just bishop f3. Bishop
He's
f3
got checkmate into bishop takes f3 was a huge threat, even without queen g1. So the position was winning, is winning. Bishop takes f3. He sees it, plays it, and it's checkmate next move.
Yep. Wow. Yeah, I mean, what more to say? Benjy is just razor sharp. There was no moment of that game.
Hold on. Where's the call? That was good. That was good, Benjy. You were playing really, like, from the start. You already had me, so I was like, he's really good.
Yeah, that preparation combined with, just execution after the game. I mean, if you get the position out of the opening, I'm sure that wasn't part of their prep. He just played really well. What more to say?
Yes, and I was gonna add, if we can go back to that position, that even though Nico was getting herself into trouble out of the opening, then she crawled out of it. The king f2 to then play king g1. If she didn't push g4, this king side is actually pretty safe.
Yeah, basically this is just it's just a habit that you built up, and really the point is that Anna, once you regroup, you'd be like, no more g4. It's like Russian Soviet coaches would tell their students, if you play h3 in random moments just for no reason, you have to pay me $5. That is what Soviet coaches used to tell their students.
This is how you do it, because I told Rubius not to move the f pawn, then f6, e5 happened, and it actually was working out well for him. Now h3, g4. I need to try a different method. I see.
Yes, in Rubius's case, you can say 100 subs if you ever move the f pawn. It's Soviet grandmasters might have not had the 100 subs funds, but in this case, you say, Rubius, you ever play the f pawn again, and it doesn't have my blessing. 100 gifted subs to me, not to me, to you, and because you're going to be telling him that, not to just anybody, but it has to go to you. Yeah. I think we're going to take a break. I think we're going to let the players regroup, and we'll be back with our second matchup between BenjyFishy and Nico. Don't go anywhere.
You never know who's the next person that's going to be addicted to chess. Hi, Angel. Hi, Bone. Welcome. Sorry, this was an unexpected stream. I flew in from Dallas last night because there's a horrible storm and there's millions of people without light or clean water because some of the sewage plants run on electricity. So there's people that don't have clean water, that don't have, the pumps that pump up the water to apartments and stuff or households. That is going on, so people don't have either clean water or not have water at all. Pipes are bursting, no electricity for probably more than 24 hours. It's extremely cold. So that means there has been people that had It's just bad. It's just really bad. So just know that when I get back to Texas, I'm gonna buy generators. I'm gonna have like granola bars. I'm gonna like pack up and make sure that I have like a catastrophe kit, because obviously I can't count on Texas to make sure we all have power. So I don't know. Yeah, I live literally in Dallas. I live like in Dallas. And it's pretty bad. There's like pipes bursting. Some people's apartments are completely flooded because people like the pipes aren't built to like cold weather, which again, like I don't know. People got mad at me because I criticized Texas for like the lack of like nice, like the roads are not great. There's always like not the roads are not clean either. There's always random shit. I always see drunk drivers. People run red lights all the time. I'm like, there's like a lack of like control. Like people just do whatever they want, and have this whole electricity thing. Like only the rich people having electricity. I don't know. It's just off.
Welcome back, everyone, to our coverage of Pogchamps 3 presented by Grip 6. It's about to be potentially the last game of the day, but definitely the last match of the day. I sure hope there isn't a surprise XQC Pokimane postponement to starting in like 20 minutes.
Imagine the hype. Imagine the hype.
Honestly, I'm down. Honestly, Anna, I'm just gonna say this right now. This is the co-hosting dream team. If we had 6 more matchups, I'd be down. Because like, if you don't know, we've covered. Anna, how many tournaments have you and I covered at this point? Like 6?
I don't know. I'm seeing your face every day, and honestly, it's getting a bit repetitive.
Oh, okay, all right. I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's all good. Like, all right, I'll see y'all later.
I love working with you, Levi, and this event is an amazing one. I would love to be hosting match after match. We could have 5, 6, 7 in a row, and I think everyone would still be enjoying it just as much, because all of these participants are bringing on their A game. They are trying their best. Some of them have more experience. Some of them have had more lessons. Some have been playing for years. Others just started out a few weeks ago. But I think all of them try their very best, and that's always inspiring to see. G6, the setup that Nico likes to go for, and E6. My video hasn't arrived. My conclusion is the following.
Yeah, clearly, Anna, it has not gotten there, but Benjy goes for a modified English, so a ready. Why is Yoon Ludwig teaching this man professional openings? Like, where's the
maybe
good old
Benjy
stuff?
has higher ambitions than just Pogchamps 3, and Pogchamps 3 is not an easy one to win. He's not one of the highest rated players, but perhaps they are going for something even bigger, a bigger dream after Pogchamps.
To be honest, like, why not? I mean, the reality is, for a guy like Benjy, if he gets out of this like 1,1400, you can't continue. Pogchamps is the kind of premier online event for players of this caliber. Otherwise, Benjy will have to sign up for an alternate, like for, you know, a chess in India, try to be the wild card for the Champions Tour. Those guys are, you know, 2,800, 2,700. But yeah, if he wants to kind of set a personal goal as a hobby, I don't know what the ceiling is for this guy. He seems really, really good.
I think so too. I feel like both of them are playing a bit too fast. There could have been more time spent on both sides. The long diagonal was really vulnerable, and Benjy had an opportunity to try to attack with the bishop, that rook in the corner before Nico moved the knight out to c6. So there are details that, of course, can always be refined, but overall, the strategy is perfectly fine. The pawn structure, the pieces are getting developed. Benjy is ready to place the other bishop to b2 as well. It's a double fianchetto, and Nico is doing the same. Nico will place her bishop on b7.
Hopefully, she's giving it a thought. I'm always worried that when Nico goes deep in thought, there's a pawn move waiting to happen. But at this point, d5 is actually perfectly reasonable. d6, I don't like it because then I don't see c6 has no guard. Bishop b7 right on cue, and I think Benjy will bring his bishop out as well.
Sauce. I ate that, but dry. Like, just like chewing on it because I was hungry. It was bad.
I think she's still talking about the struggle with food in Texas.
Why?
Yes,
Because I couldn't make food. Like I literally could not make food.
Wait,
Because
hold on.
the power was out and all our food was like ramen and stuff. Because I bought a bunch of ramens. Just because I was gonna make a cooking stream about ramen, and all our like edible food was like ramen. All we had in our fridge was like old vegetables and an old bag of tortillas. And that's it.
I'm really struggling to talk chess. This is a very sad moment.
I was gonna tell you.
It's like they have no food.
It's the least that she couldn't review my video. I feel like a terrible person that's like, I was trying to send her preparation when she didn't have food.
I mean, Anna, let's be serious. I mean, you had to go again full Soviet coach. Okay, food later. You need focus on preparation. Okay, you know how many times I was hungry in Murmansk before my preparation for tournament? It's joke. I mean, you skip one meal, you win one chess game. It's the same, yeah? So no, I mean, you have to double down, Anna. There's no mercy here. I just want to point out that a move ago, the position was totally symmetrical, which is actually kind of funny in the opening.
And so many moves have been played. That was move 10 when Nico pushes d5, and it's completely symmetrical. Not symmetrical in terms of the situation, as Nico is describing the struggles she had been through these past couple of days, and we are really sorry that this is what she had to go through, and this is what many people in Texas are going through. So we hope that everyone will get back to normality there as well. The weather will be better, and just the situation in general will improve.
This game is significantly more imbalanced. Actually, there was a moment right here that if Nico played pawn takes pawn, I mean, she's borderline winning the game because of just how fast White's position can fall apart. Just for instance, it's actually not even clear. Maybe you even take with the bishop. Bishop takes, and then like knight takes, and the queen is under attack. Would have been good.
This too is dangerous if Benjy doesn't place the knight on the right square. Although I feel like it's not if you don't see knight f6 check, which would give up the knight for the b7 bishop, then I guess he will retreat to c3.
Oh my god!
He played it.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Do you remember how in the Rubius Negreanu Rubius game 2 there was this trick?
Yes.
Wow.
But this is high level chess. This is a difficult tactical pattern to see that you can give up for free your knight, because then later you win it back thanks to the capture on b7. And this trade is something that favors White because you get to keep your light squared bishop and you eliminate Black's light squared bishop.
Yeah, I'm like blown away. Like, this kid is unreal. This is wild. I'm really curious how much he spent on chess. And it's either going to be, oh, that's understandable, or holy crap, you're really talented. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how many hours he's worked, but it's showing. And if he brings his bishop back very calmly right now, or plays like a3, oh, wait, is a3 just trapping the knight?
Ooh, it's true. The knight has nowhere to go.
And a move like a3, you know, you go checks, captures, attacks. I got no checks. I only captures this, and I lose my bishop. Attack. Oh.
The one way out of that for Nico would be to counterattack, attack the bishop on b7, because that's the piece that doesn't let the knight retreat. But then again, it's a difficult one. a3 is not that simple to find if you are not searching for a way to chase the knight away. And then rook f7 would need to be played by Nico.
Yes, rook f7. I'm not sure rook f7, rook d7, one of the rook b8. But the point is that you need to free up these two squares. And that is a spot where Nico has to go, well, I can't move my knight. So can I attack something of equal or higher value? Or can I take something? That's how that chess process, thought process keeps rolling. We'll see if Benjy comes up with a3. I actually feel like he might, to be honest. He plays a3. He's winning the tournament.
You're saying that if he pushes a3, he's gonna win the entire tournament.
Yeah. Okay, well then it's anybody's tournament still.
There's a chance for other participants.
Yeah. No, I mean, it would just show really, really high awareness of the board. You know what I mean? And okay, he plays rook d1. That's fine. That's fine. He's still human. He's not a robot.
Yet.
Not
but
yet,
with
but
with more lessons, thanks to Grandmaster Hammer, maybe he's gonna become one.
Yeah, if Hammer is doing this out of the goodness of his heart, like that guy's great because he's busy. He's signing autographs every day in Norway. No, Hammer doing this would be amazing. E5 and the bishop drops back, but then knight c6 is possible because the queen guards it. But will
She's
Nico play
holding
e5?
the knight. I hope she doesn't. Yeah, it was a scary moment, you know, when you grab a piece and you shouldn't really move it, but a misclick or a mouse slip can happen too. But then eventually she let it go and pushed the e-pawn.
Yeah, if you go back now, which he will, he's going to go bishop c3. He might go to b2, but bishop c3 does directly attack the knight, and then Nico has to not rush. She's got to really slow it down here. Maybe a5, maybe bring the knight back. Don't just take the rook.
We're just looking at her face cam. I think we also have more insights into... I think she was pointing at something about her nose. My one is also not symmetrical. I could do the same as she does. That it doesn't look the same from both sides.
The story is I'm lopsided. Okay.
Me too. My
Moral
nose is
of the
crooked.
story is
My smile's crooked. My brain's probably crooked.
Not asymmetrical.
So she saw she could take the rook. The problem is that now white takes back. She's got to make another move. That's just the problem here, frankly. You got to figure something out.
Oh, that queen move attacks the bishop, but the knight is still hanging, and once you take the knight, that bishop is attacking the f8 rook.
Yes, it's a combo situation. These happen. You think take, I'm done, but the bishop sees the rook.
Chat, I actually might
and
have
Benjy sees it.
I think I have an actual.
Nico.
Oh, just when she said she had a game plan.
Wait, she just snapped that up. Oh, did she say oops?
It's not too bad. He's up by 3 material. Okay, it's not bad. I've been down by worse. And
that's always my logic.
Worse.
Yes, it's not that bad.
Trust me, I've seen worse. Okay, Benjy is going to trade the queen. Let's pull this back up on the big board. Now, at this point, you're up material. You have rook for bishop. And the way you win this is you go straight in. Oh, and he is just...
And he plays it.
And now rook takes pawn. And
He'll
okay,
take the
last
pawn.
time he had some small issues with conversion, but this time I think he'll be fine. Just chop, 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 and then use the 3-on-1. That's what you need. Use this 3-on-1. Go and... Wow.
This is a very difficult endgame for Nico. Down on exchange, and also the pawns are falling. Benjy could collect the H pawn as well if he wants to, or attack the B6 pawn so that he would have 3 passed pawns on the queen side. I wonder which one he will go for, just to see which one he finds more practical. I'm sure he knows that this is a winning position and he will be confident about the conversion.
Yeah, Benjy, I think, struggled mildly, very, very mildly. It was just a chair, like, just to give him a little bit of flack. Like, he didn't convert super cleanly against Myth, but I think he'll be fine.
Nico's trying to put up resistance by guarding the pawn. Now, the question for Benjy, will he find a way to try to chase this bishop away by pushing b4 straight away, or pushing a3, b4 if he doesn't want to give up his b pawn for the b6 pawn? And even if he doesn't win the b6 pawn, he's got 3 pawns on the queen side running against that sole pawn, 1 pawn on b6, so he can create a passed pawn as soon as he starts pushing the queen side pawns. Nico with the active king, though. She's gonna make an opposition soon.
Yeah, rook a7. Now b5 is the only trick. Attacking the rook. It's never too late to blunder. In this case, actually, even that is still winning for white because of the 3 pawns. Play b4, a5, b6. Well, Benjy has to not lose, actually. Like, the truth is that even with the stalemate, of course he will be frustrated, but he still wins the match 1.5 to half, right? So
True, and he still gets the full point for
Mhm.
it. So only in case of an Armageddon, it would be 2-1, the final result. He will get 3 points, even if he stalemates. You're right, Levitt. He is okay. He's trading the rook for the bishop. I was wondering if he was gonna keep the rook on the g5 because that
Mhm.
was creating some kind of a stalemate situation for the king. At least there was still a bishop that Nico could move and the pawn.
yes, and he is rolling down the board. That happened so quick. Nico couldn't stop the pawn because she's outside of what's known as the square, which is this territory here. And let's kind of pull it up and see how he converts it. b4, nice move, and clean. Looks clean. Just ladder
Very
mate.
clean. Yes, he's about to promote a second queen and then the ladder checkmate. It was already a similar situation for Tubbo. He had a queen and a rook against Logic's king, trying to hunt it down, and he didn't manage. That ended in a stalemate. I think Benjy does know those checkmate patterns, and it won't be a challenging one for him to avoid stalemate.
Yeah, just put the queen. I mean, you can cut off here. You can already start giving checks. I would just cut off on one row, and then he kind of does this. It's like a laser beam. Now it's check and mate. Wow, clean, very clean game from BenjyFishy, and he's hype, and I'm hype because I think we have a new Pogchamps favorite. If I'm being honest.
Yep, you predicted that he could be perhaps even better than Sardoge. The 2 will face each other in the next match of their Group A, in a few days.
Yeah, that's one to look forward to. I'm going to ask Benjy if he has any thoughts about that matchup. Hopefully he can talk some trash, give us a nice clippable moment. But, he was the favorite going into today. But the thing is, it's how you win. And he won just lights out chess from start to finish. He played extremely well. And I'm all aboard, the Benjy hype train. I'm the guy in the stadium who has a jersey under a jersey. And I just took, and it's got Benjy on it. And that's it. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with our final interview of the day with the players. Pogchamps 3, presented by Grip 6. We'll be right back. Final interview of the day with the players. Pogchamps 3, presented by Grip 6. We'll be right back.
Let's go, Benjy! Oh my gosh, what a crushing victory. He's done so well today. And his technique in the endgame. Are you kidding me? He's so confident. Once he gets that edge, he wasn't hesitating. Wow. Incredible play. He'll probably win the group, says people. I can't really... I would want to use this point to respond to my chat. But all my chat is saying that I'm on the chess stream. But if any of you want to see some of this training action, some of the stuff that has enabled Benjy to do what he did today, we're having daily lessons every day. And you can also check out my video library to see the lessons we've done over the past month. This was no coincidence. Benjy has been training every single day for a month. And I'm so happy to see that it's bringing fruits, the fruits of his labor. Benjy's been having daily lessons, yes. Thank you, Jojo, saying the lessons have been good to watch. Wow, yeah. Benjy did really, really well today. But one thing we are going to talk about is how to deal with these pawns in the center. This is like the most difficult thing to deal with.
how to respond to tension between pawns. So if there's one thing I was slightly unhappy with today, it's that Benjy didn't really resolve this central tension in a good way, because he landed in a lot of pressure on this pawn in the middle. But other than that one move, he played perfectly. I'm literally looking at the only bad move he played today. This is the only bad move he played. It's so good. Slippy, my lessons are on my Twitch. It's basically just VODs from my Twitch stream. Thank you everyone coming in and following. You definitely want to stick around this week. We're taking on Sardosh on Friday. So we're going to do some special streams preparing for that matchup. It's going to be the group final of the A group, which is basically the group of death, if I may say so myself. Because Myth, I don't know if you've been watching, but Myth played really, really well against Benjy in the last round. Myth had a winning position against Benjy 2 times. So, and Nico, look at her. She gained 350 points in a week. So I think the winner of like the B final is also going to be from this B group, because it's just so stacked. Belgian Thief, yes, I do stream my lessons with Benjy. Has anyone told you you and Benjy have the same smile? No, but I'm happy you were the first one, Paperhead. Sardosh has been playing a ton. Yeah, no, Sardosh is a grinder. I've been seeing him do 16-hour chess streams. I'm a chess player. I've never done 16 hours of chess in my life in a row. Abel Ardwalk coming in with the 6-month resub. Thank you so much.
Welcome back, everyone, to our final interview of the day, Pogchamps 3, presented by Grip 6. I want to start with you, Benjy. How are you feeling? Feels like 2 clean wins, but as I told you before we went live, there was one moment in the second game that wasn't clean. Are you worried about what Hammer is going to say to you? How strict of a coach is he?
He's pretty strict, but I think he'll be pretty happy. You know, I was telling you I wasn't sure about this since my wins against Smith weren't the best. I definitely could have done better. So, I think he'll be alright with it.
My follow-up to that before I let Anna jump in here. How did you meet? What is this? Are you giving him a cut of the winnings? It's like a boxing agreement. Has he signed a contract for your whole career? What's going on here?
My theory, can I jump in with my theory? Hammer absolutely loves Fortnite. He must be fanboying a little bit when you play your tournament. So maybe he wanted to help you because obviously he's a very strong grandmaster, former trainer or second of the world champion Magnus Carlsen, and he wanted to help with his expertise in exchange for your expertise in Fortnite.
What's the story, Benjy? What's the scoop? Tell us the scoop.
That's pretty much correct. You know, he plays a lot of Fortnite. He watches a lot of Fortnite. And when I tweeted ages ago saying I wanted to go pro in chess, I remember seeing him reply. So yeah, that's basically how we met.
Well,
you said you wanted to go pro at chess.
I tweeted something like I can't remember. I said I'm gonna go pro in chess. And he replied to it saying if you ever need a coach, then to message me or something.
Wow.
That's a great story. That's awesome. No, credit to Hammer. It's paying off. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. Nico, you were telling us your journey from like the middle of the country to the other side of it. It is insane. Can you please walk us through that? How did you get there? By what means? How are you? How long will you be there? Will you play the rest of the tournament from California? What's going on?
I think my brother has a setup at my house in the Valley, so I'm gonna go visit my parents after this. But yeah, it was really, really horrible in Dallas. I don't think I got the worst of it, but even me and Nick, we didn't have electricity for like 3 days. And we had to eat every 8 hours incrementally because we couldn't cook our food in between then. And also, we didn't take a shower for 2 days because the water had like black stuff in it. It was like, I don't know if it was sediment, but we also got a news message that the sewage plant was not working because it runs on electricity, so the water wasn't clean. It was extremely freezing. Like I saw like ice like starting to creep up from the window into our bedroom. It was extremely cold. It was awful, but I was gonna do everything to get out of there. I was going to literally like drive to Mexico, and people were like, "Well, people in Mexico also lost power." I was like, "I don't care. Like, I'm driving somewhere. I'm not gonna stay there. I was gonna get out of there at all costs. Like, I don't even care." But luckily, an opportunity came where we got to fly out of there because of Nick's job. So I was very fortunate to be able to get out of there. It was probably like one of the last flights to get out of there before the snowstorm that started last night. It was pretty
We're happy that you made it. We are happy that you're in a safer place now, and we hope that everyone in Texas will be fine because these are obviously very challenging, better situations for a state that is not fully prepared for this kind of weather.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but I made it. We're here. I made it the Pogchamps. So
we appreciate your efforts and that now you're in a somewhat a more convenient place and with all the basic needs, because we are very used to having all the basic needs covered at home, and for you that was the most challenging part. I was telling Levi that I sent you a video preparation. We were gonna have a lesson yesterday with Nico, full disclosure to Grandmaster Hammer 2 and to Benjy. We were gonna prepare for today, and that's when Nico said that she didn't have power and she just had to get out of Texas and travel to California, so that was a priority. I was trying to prepare you through a video that I recorded for you, but I don't think you even received it at this stage.
I got it, but I didn't get to view it, so I was very upset about that.
No worries, it's gonna be fine for the next match too. It was something helpful. We will not play that H3 move in the next match, just so to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say you've got the matchup with Myth coming up. Once you get settled, is there any? You're one of the few players in the event who's on the player graphic. We've got orgs represented, 100 Thieves versus CSM. I'm pretty sure the facilities are like relatively close to each other too. Is that any extra motivation to get that win over Myth, or are you just gonna?
Listen, I just feel like this is, I feel like me and Myth are more equally matched than like my two previous opponents, Benjy and Sardosh, because there were over 100, over 1,000. So that's the motivation, because after 2 losses, you kind of want to win. And on top of that, of course, 100 T win over TSM, that's like delicious, of course.
I was hoping to get a little bit of fire there. On that note, Benjy, you should know that I have officially touted you as the favorite for this event, so you have my blessing. You have anything to say to your upcoming opponent, Sardosh? You could say it in French if I don't know any French, but any words for that matchup?
I'm trying to think of something in French, but I learned it in school a few years ago. Can't remember much. I know how to say my name. That's about it.
You just say Sardosh is très terrible. That's it.
That sounds about good. Très terrible. Is that good? Yeah.
That's great.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure
We love the trash talking there. TSM versus 100 Thieves. We've got Sardosh versus BenjyFishy coming up. And Benjy, you were preparing for that match specifically already days ago. I was tuning in to your coaching session because obviously I was trying to get Nico ready. So I was looking into the coaching sessions and what you guys have been studying. You had a training match where your opponent played the openings of Sardosh's preparation. Tell us about that training match.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good idea, Hammer got a Fortnite caster to who's also into chess to learn Sardosh's openings and then play them against me. Because I think Hammer wants me to win, and I also want me to win pretty bad. So I wanna be prepared. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the match. It should be a good one.
Well, thank you to both of you for joining us after the match. Nico, for braving some ridiculous weather conditions. Actually, I'm subbing in for Alexandra Botes, who obviously also is without power and hopefully will get it back in a day or two. And Benjy, very nice victories. Wishing you all the best in that matchup that's coming up. Both of you have very exciting matchups coming up for your own kind of your personal motivation. So thank you both, and good luck in your future matches.
Thank you.
Good luck to both of you. Thank you so much for joining.
Let's cut to our results of the day. Just two, Anna, sadly, because we didn't have that matchup between XQC and Pokemon, but that will happen. That's got to happen at some point.
It's gotta happen as soon as Felix will too have power, electricity, internet, basic needs that we tend to believe that we will always have. But the weather conditions, unfortunately, in Texas haven't been really kind to those living there. And that was the case of Nico. That's the case of XQC, and we hope that they are just fine and safe, and everyone out there stay safe.
On that note, let's once again thank our major partners for the event. In particular, our official sustainability partner, Guayaquil. We want to give them another shout out. They're celebrating 25 years of their regenerative yerba mate. Actually, Anna had a few bevs over there. She likes cranberry. I like passion fruit. And they're sharing cases to celebrate. Spam that emote in the chat for a chance to win. Mods will take care of the rest. And one final reminder that Pogchamps 3 is presented by Grip 6, and they're actually looking to make some chess-themed gear. One of the phone cases that they sent me had a little night on it. So let's take a look at what they have to offer.
Introducing the Grip 6 belt, the only belt on the market with a no gut pinch guarantee. The Grip 6 is so light and thin that you'll barely even notice it's there. Its smooth, low-profile design makes this belt the most comfortable belt in the world. Overly confident much? You're damn right. Because on top of being the most comfortable belt in the universe, each Grip 6 belt comes with our A3 guarantee, meaning if you don't like any belt for any reason at any time or in any condition, you can just contact us and we'll give you a full refund.
Anna, you go ahead, okay? And one final note, we just want to thank Grip 6. They wanted to show their love for chess and Pogchamps specifically. They created these amazing limited time chess cutout belt buckles. Anna, you were mentioning before we cut to the promo.
I love it. I love the design. I've never seen anything like this. I think I would take the one with the knight. The knight is one of my favorite pieces for the fact that it's a tricky one. And Knight Outpost, strategically, Knight Outpost is certainly my favorite concept. Which one would you choose, Debbie?
I don't know. Honestly, I kind of like that one too. I like the color. I like the brown kind of golden one. I like to go for a bit of flair, but you can't go wrong with just the old fashioned, black belt. They've got 3 options, different strap options. I've got a box. I'm gonna go check it out. Chat, you guys know what to do. Go.chess.com/grip6. And you can use the code POGCHAMPS20. Get 20% off for a limited time. Anna, how are you feeling? I'm kind of bummed we didn't get our marquee matchup of the day, but your impressions of our matches so far?
It has been a fascinating day. Yes, it's a pity that XQC's Power 2 is out, the difficult weather situations. Same for Nico. She traveled to the other side of the United States to be able to play today and to just have a more normal life, as she was describing it on her stream, how it had been like for the past couple of days in Texas. So we hope that Felix is well, that he and his family are fine, and that he'll be back to the tournament, of course, as soon as the basic needs are covered too, such as electricity.
One final note, everybody. What you're looking forward to tomorrow, you've got Group C and Group D, the whole matchup. Michelle Carre taking on Logic. We've got Tubbo going up against Rainn Wilson. And we got Mr. Beast, maybe the deity of YouTube, taking on Moist Critical Chess Jesus. That's all tomorrow, same time, same place. For now, we are out. Pogchamps 3 presented by Grip 6. We'll see you all tomorrow.